ninja can stop a ninja. And we shall discover this fact here on RazörFist Arcade Live. We shall embrace Japanese stereotype. I mean, diversity. Diversity is what we're going to embrace, not the barrel of a 12 gauge. So let's enjoy. This is Mark of the Ninja, motherfuckers. This is actually a really good, like, indie stealth game. It was actually, I think it was one of the first. Microsoft a few years ago was like, hey, we're gonna, like, just pay a bunch of indie studios to make cool shit. And I think Cuphead was one of them, and I believe Mark of the Ninja was one of them as well. So, and now it's on everything now. I think it's on PS4, and it's on pretty much everything. It's on PC, of course, which is what we're playing it on. So, badass fucking game. It is for those who don't know, it is a 2D side-scrolling stealth game. And sadly, it is one of the best stealth games in, like, the last 10, 15 years. But when the competition is shit like Dishonored and Thief, you know, not the hardest thing to do.
You're letting me loose?
Say hello or go fuck yourself to the kind people, Terengel.
Yo.
You're gonna end up in Japanese hell. A disgrace to your ancestors. Alright, let's get this going. Yeah, I love this game, gang. This is a cool fucking... If you haven't played it, you really need to check it out. I believe they just did an HD mod. Or not a mod.
Attention, Bajoran workers.
Not a mod, but I believe they just released like an HD version of this game, or an even more HD version. It's like a facelift. The original version was in HD. I don't know why whatever. They're just being finicky bitches. Oh, right. That reminds me. I need to turn the game volume down just a smidge. And here we go.
Let us begin.
Mako of the Ninja. Forgiveness, please.
Let's knock some of these out real quick.
Desu.
Cough Syrup Loves Terran says, actually bought the third Elric tome late last year while visiting Paris, but seemed to vastly overestimate my French. I noticed how in France, I guess he means French comics, are very much mainstream.
Very much.
Any idea where American comics went wrong?
Really, I think if you think about the arc of American comics, I guess you could sort of trace it back to the fact that originally they were for kids. And that's not actually true. That's not true. I think the American comic industry had the right idea in the very beginning where it was really for everybody. Then it started to be more for kids. That transformation started to happen in the late 1940s and the early 50s. After World War II, it was like, okay, we're no longer trying to cater to GIs who are all adults, you know, because they need something to read over in World War II. So let's focus more on the kids. And so shit like Robin happened, you know, in Batman, and Bucky and Captain America.
Yeah.
You added the kids sidekicks because you were transparently going for the little kids. They started to focus more on westerns, which were little kids were into at the time, and I think that's kind of what happened. It became sort of juvenile. And, of course, that was an even stupider decision because they wound up opening themselves up for that, what was that Jagoff's name? The guy who wrote the book, The Seduction of Innocence, or whatever the catalyst for... It essentially catalyzed the entire Comics Code Authority phenomenon because he wrote this book about how comic books were part of juvenile delinquency and were causing mental disorders and all this other horse shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I believe that was in the early 50s or mid 50s, and that was right after they had refocused on the juvenile market. So ultimately, it was a bad move all around. France also didn't get locked into one genre. That's one of the great things about European comics in general, but France especially. When a new comic comes out in France, it's like a new movie coming out. You don't expect it to be, well, You didn't used to expect movies to be just like what came before, but you know how it works now. It's sequel factory. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. Like every single new comic is its own thing, and nobody expects it to be exactly like what came before.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
The Last says, I just watched your Skyrim review, and you hit the nail on the head at the end of the video. Where did you get your psychic power, and how can I learn?
I don't know, but
1776 will commence again.
But be prepared to be called a fucking asshole and an elitist and be called Chicken Little for making basic fucking predictions. Because here's the RazörFist cycle, ladies and gentlemen. RazörFist says something, that he makes a prediction that isn't popular. He gets called an elitist or a fucking edgelord and a million things under the sun, and they make fun of his style of dress. And then in 4 years, when everybody has accepted that opinion, we just forget RazörFist exists and that he predicted it to begin with. And this is kind of the cycle. This happens over and over again. Kind of happened with Gamergate, kind of happened with Skyrim and the degradation of Elder Scrolls.
And Fallout.
The Skyrim video, I don't know if a lot of people remember this. The Skyrim video was so controversial, my negative review of that game, so controversial, IGN picked it up. And IGN reported on me hating Skyrim and was like, they were like, so this guy, what was it? He was on the official IGN blog. And they said something effective, so here's a guy who doesn't like Skyrim. And of course, what's that going to do but just call down a bunch of hate on the video?
Like, how dare you?
Yeah, so I was made a target of IGN because of that. And of course, all these years later, who the fuck's laughing now? Look at what's happened to Bethesda. But
Debonair Nerd says, some Bronson haiku for today's cultural stream.
Yes! Do it!
Hope you're both well. Bronson serves vengeance.
You have to pause for the 80s synth.
Sends you to Japanese hell. Ancestors disgraced.
I think that haiku would be more effective if you read it in a Japanese accent. Let me do that. Let me do that for you. Let me correct that. Where is it? Where's the haiku? Some Bronson haiku for today's cultural stream. Hope you're both well. Bronson serves vengeance. Sends you to Japanese hell. Ancestors disgraced. Let's do it.
Let's see. Dylan Killen says, I am of the winged hussars. We have arrived.
Nice.
Inferno Chill says, welcome to Live from the Razor Edge. I'm your host, RazörFist, and with me today is some fagaloo named Deep.
Wouldn't it have been great if Rebate Master this was the stream that Rebate Master actually made? He would have assumed you were here, and you just insulted a complete stranger for no fucking reason.
James Versey says, Taryn, it gets the B-wing tattoo on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. Razor, did you hear that Herbert Moon is hosting the VGAs next year?
Yes! It's the only way to solve the Game Awards.
Inferno Chill says, also, do you like Not a Boss?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of them.
A Boss, that's a city in the Middle East, right?
Dylan Killen says, there's going to be a Saba ton of questions tonight.
Are you sure? I don't know. I don't know about that. How to pray? Time up!
Show me the money, says. A blind girl gave me a hand job. She said, you have the biggest thing I've ever felt. I said, oh, you're just pulling my leg. My boss hates when I shorten his name to Dick, especially since his name is Michael.
Right.
Do an impression of yourself, Razor.
I can't do that.
Dylan Killen says, only way to stop a ninja is another ninja.
Exactly.
And Andrea Jovanovic says, there's speculation that Smash Bros. Ultimate will be Masahiro Sakurai's last game, as making games is detrimental to his health.
Okay.
Which team do you want handling the next game? Personally, I think it's Arc System Works or Bust. Wow, that would be pretty intense, wouldn't it?
I don't know. Let's see here.
They're 2D, cel-shaded.
Oh, I have some upgrade points and shit. Assassinate unsuspecting enemies by pressing X while concealed in a hiding spot. Oh, yes, please. Oh, damn it. I don't have quite enough. Okay, I'll just build up my points. I'm going to stockpile my points and slowly accumulate all the world's wealth and then manipulate them all through media I mean, what?
It says you're a heretic!
Never gets old.
Anything good? Ooh. Hisomu Religion of Peace Dart. Dipped in a powerful hallucinogen, these darts can drive a normal man to peace and madness. To cultural cohesion and madness. Alright. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can get little skins. I think I've only unlocked one where you look like the devil.
Wargame would like to thank you for getting me addicted to Elric. Also, is there a possibility of a Cirith Ungol mythos?
I'm not super familiar with their shit. Let's watch this. This game is really gorgeous. The animated, really unique art style. Oh, yeah! I guess as long as we can't get a new Tenchu, it'll have to do, pig.
You. Don't you hear the bell?
Why, you're gonna pull those pistols and whistle Dixie.
God, talk about good timing, bro.
Killed.
Don't get me killed. Alright. How do you run again? Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, I'm climbing on the dam. Shut up! Nice!
Wow, good timing there, too.
Ran away, sir. They should all be killed or captured now. Excellent. Stand down and get ready to leave at 15.
Yep, and it is light and shadow based, just like Thief. It's actually, strangely enough, doesn't look like it, but it was heavily inspired by Thief, from what I understand.
Wait. Where's your sword? Stick to the darkness until you find one. Watch out. They're coming this way.
Okay, you can hide in potted plants, I guess. And I don't have my weapons just yet. This is sort of your tutorial section.
And also,
Okay,
you don't have
keep
to be
moving.
sad about Tenchu. I mean, we're getting Sekiro.
Fuck off.
I mean, that's basically Tenchu.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not.
More of them. Find a place to hide.
I mean, are they not just taunting Tenchu fans at this point? They're literally telling us, you know, we almost made you a Tenchu game. But then instead, the fucking game director played Devil May Cry and decided to wank off for fucking 50 hours. So, here we are.
Hold up. Run, and they'll be able to hear it.
Did you see those banners?
We could totally sell them to a gallery, and the blood will make them look even more authentic.
Woohoo!
We're evil.
Get onto that ledge. From there, you can pull yourself up.
Alright.
These are really cool mechanics.
Grappling hook. Here we go. Whoa. Yeah, the game is incredibly, like, the controls really responsive. It's just a really great game.
A history of the Hisamu clan, as written by its masters.
And you pick up some lore and stuff.
Vanquished
Even though it's 2D, you can kind of see the thief lineage here. Alright. Oops.
Josh Butner would like to know, what is your favorite Demons and Wizards album?
I think, you know, I love the first one, but I would have to go with Touched by the Crimson King. It was really good. I really like that album.
It still feels like we're being watched.
Really? You know, smoking will kill you. Can I use it to...
What? What? Hey!
Whoa! I fucked that up. I fucked that up, but good.
Damn.
That was my bad.
At least the reloads were really fast.
Well, it was my fault. You're really supposed to... Yeah, you're supposed to take out the light first. That was my bad. I forgot they're actually kind of not stupid in this game.
You see something there?
Don't worry about it. I'll just chill here in the fucking vent.
Mike Merchant says, attention, Bajoran workers. Yes, RazörFist likes Sabaton. Please stop asking.
Well, we could go over them, but I would really like to kill them.
John Horn asks a very valid question. Does that ninja need glasses? Why the hell is he squinting so bad?
Good thing you were out cold. Looks like they don't,
I don't know.
you're alive. Let's keep it that way.
Okay. Oh, got the sword. Ditsuji.
Now you're ready to kill. The beginning of the kill is like embracing a lover.
What?
The end, of course, is not.
Well, I don't know. Someone hasn't watched Investigation Discovery lately.
Good work. But remember, you have to be quick to catch them.
And you can dispose of their bodies in vents and such. Keep it in the closet.
No, we got the joke, Dylan.
All right,
We did it.
go. All the way down here. And let's just put your body right down there.
Gargle Cox would like to know, he says, how's it going? Thank you for introducing me to some killer-ass games. Just want to ask, what is your opinion on global warming?
Yeah. My opinion is that I'm not a climate change denier. I'm a little bit skeptical of the hypothesis that it's man-made, and I'm open to being persuaded because I don't believe I have a stranglehold on the truth on that subject. You know, it is what it is. I'm not. Oh, here we go. Only an idiot doesn't change their opinion in the face of countervailing data.
The ink from your tattoo has honed your senses. Focus your thoughts, and you can freeze time in your mind.
That's good for, like, throwing darts and shit. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. It's a bit like Mark and Execute, but not stupid as shit.
If you need more cover, you could always destroy the lights. But shattering one will make a loud noise, so ready for them to react.
Boom! Boom!
Damn.
I wonder where we can dispose of their bodies anywhere.
Quinn sucks at video games says, "Evening, gentlemen. Hope your evening is going swell.
Whoops.
This year, what was your favorite video to write, and which was Taryn's favorite video to edit?"
Favorite to write? Well, I mean, I guess I would have to be reminded everything that we did.
Yeah. It's been a busy
Um,
year.
I mean, I know what... Okay. We did Battletech. Ooh. Ooh, sneaky kill. We did Battletech. We did... Detroit. Probably Detroit was the funnest to funnest. Probably Detroit was the most entertaining to write. For me.
Yeah. God, favorite video to edit.
Because it really was, you know, the great thing. Rageaholic Cinema are always the easy. That's not true. They're not the easiest to write, but they're always the most fun to write in a weird way, even though they're more difficult. And the great thing about Detroit Become Human or what have you is it's a fucking movie. Like, it's not a game at all. So you could just write it like a Rageaholic Cinema.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it was just a hell of a lot of fun. And of course, the Death Wish video and
Death Wish, yeah. If I have to pick one, Death Wish. It was a Rageaholic Cinema, but I was able to put so many good jokes into that. That's going to be my favorite editing job right there for this year.
We snap off a branch to make a weapon.
Why, you're gonna pull those pistols and whistle Dixie.
That's a distraction. Okay.
Doom movie. Are they making another Doom movie?
Oh yeah, they had teased that a long time. Isn't it a chick now? Is the main character?
Who, Crash? Is it Crash?
We need to make him look the other way.
Ooh, I fucked it up. If you fuck up the little quick-timey bullshit, it makes more noise when they die. Not that it matters a ton, because there was nobody around.
But thanks
See
for that
that
question.
door?
That was a really good one.
Don't open it yet. Just lean against it and try to sense what's on the other side.
Yeah, you can see that thief influence.
Andrea Jovanovic says, "Do ninjas like Sabaton?"
Do Sabaton like ninjas?
Ooh.
They haven't written a song about him. What's the deal? Is Sabaton an anti-ninjaite band?
Taryn is a power bottom says, "Thank you for reminding me of awesome games in my Steam library that I have been neglecting. God fucking speed."
Yeah,
Well-
neglecting this awesome game is a crime against video.
I've really got to start up decks because
Start up?
Well, no, I mean, pick it back up is what I mean.
Ooh! Can I? Uh-oh. There we are! Woohoo! Got him. Alright, let's dump his body. Here we go. Yoink.
I scouted up ahead. They're taking ninjas as hostages.
See, this is... NPCs always fucking scout ahead when all the real shit's getting done.
Yeah.
Zai's in trouble. We have to hurry.
Yeah, we'll meet up later
How about you scout ahead in the kitchen, bitch?
in a cutscene.
Scout me up a fucking sandwich.
Fucking Devil May Cry, Resident Evil 4. Like, goddamn.
There is a map, and it draws as you go. Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Matthew Palmieri says,
Oh, okay, that's what that is.
when and if Mueller releases his report on Trump, do you think the Dems will successfully impeach him?
No.
Jack Posobiec, is that how you pronounce that? Has been going on about this recently, and do you think a civil war will ensue afterwards?
If they attempt to oust Trump, and I think it's an incredibly remote possibility, yes. Because
It'll be a really fucking short war.
no, look, you had a choice in 2016 between ballots or bullets. Everybody chose ballots. If you take away their ballot choice, then yeah, I mean that violence is an inevitability, and it's not like I'm not inciting it. I hope it doesn't happen. I pray it doesn't happen, but you know, that was the reality of the situation, and I said it at the time, by the way. So I would think there would probably be some kind of a confrontation. But yeah, it would be one short-ass fucking fight.
Yep. No, that's correct. It'll be a short ass fucking. Yep.
Yeah, you're correct.
They caught us by surprise.
Oh, here we go. Thank you.
Kazekame says, here's an idea for you to play.
Ooh.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Ooh! Right through the grate.
God damn.
This game's awesome. Yeah, that would be cool. I was never... Ghosts and Goblins as a kid always was the bane of my existence.
Dude, alright,
Ghouls and
cards on the
Ghosts and all
table. I've never played Super Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins.
I had it on NES, and it was like... It was such a fun game, but it was so hard. Like, I just hated it as a kid. I, like, dreaded... I only ever turned that game on when I was out of everything else. Like, I'd played everything else.
Mr. Bingo Go Go says, that kill was great.
Fuck you. Okay.
Yes, Rob, we are both interested in the remake too. I mean,
Yes,
fuck,
sir.
I cannot wait. Are you gonna immediately put Leon in that noir costume? Be honest.
Of course.
Are you gonna turn on the black and white filter?
And I believe...
Run.
Shit. Oh, fuck. I should have killed him while he was on the ground. I didn't even see it. Can I? Ooh! Peasant's death! I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. Wonder where... I wonder... How do we get in there? Is there a... Oh, there it is! What is this?
What the hell was that? Hey, Tim!
Aw, damn it.
Hey, oh shit, Tim!
That could have gone a lot better. What the fuck was that? Well, okay, let's not fuck up this time. Where the hell am I? This is not where I was before. There we go. Let's kill that light first.
Hold on, did you hear something?
You should go investigate near the grate. That's what you should do. There we are!
Excellent.
We killed as many as we could, but they overwhelmed us.
Oh, he's alive. Only a ninja can rescue a ninja.
Let's see. Stealth Creation says, thoughts on the tiny house movement? Think it's a fad like transgenderism or a more alarming change in societal expectations?
I have. Are you talking about people just moving into smaller houses?
I have no idea. I've
haven't-
not heard of this.
Yeah, I've not heard of this phenomenon. It seems logical in an age where property prices are artificially high and you have all these people are more and more voting for gigantic government programs that cost too much and raise taxes, which makes living in certain places unaffordable, which is why every time I leave the fucking house, I play Count the California license plates on the streets of Phoenix. Used to be I'd be driving along and I might see one or two. Nowadays, like, literally, I can't go to the store. I can't go down the street and not, 5 or 6 California license plates. That can't
Don't
be
worry about me.
a
Go save
coincidence.
Master Razai.
They're pricing themselves out of where they live, so smaller houses make sense. But calling it a movement, I mean, let's be real. You guys are voting for retards, and so you can't afford to live. That's end of.
Debonair Nerd says, while I think of it, could Mark of the Ninja be a good template for a Daredevil game? Throw in some Dex-style adventure elements. It could work.
Yeah, I mean, it could, but for a Daredevil game, for a Marvel property, you would probably want to go bigger than just some 2D.
Well,
Stealth
modern
platformer.
Marvel games, Jesus.
Yeah.
They're putting whatever out.
Oh, fuck. I did not mean to do that.
Aren't you glad they got rid of Marvel Heroes
I'm gonna-
and all those good games so they could make a shit VR game? Isn't that nice?
Will that draw them? I don't think they could hear that. Okay, well. There we are. That's more like it.
Lego Daredevil.
Oh, you know that'll happen before he gets a game, right? Like, you know it will.
Actually, isn't he already in one of the Avengers games? I think he is. I think it's Lego Avengers 2.
But he's not an Avenger.
He was an Avenger at some point, wasn't
Yeah, I think for like a minute. But he's usually a defender.
No one. Let's move on.
he? I know Elektra.
Daredevil's one of those like honorary Avengers who shows up every now and then.
1776 will commence again.
Shit, what do I do? I'm gonna distract him.
Yeah, Rob, we brought this up before. We do believe cinema kind of stole the election. But
Kinda.
we've talked about that at length.
Don't mind me.
And yes, that's a very good point, Best Way Killer. Who hasn't been an Avenger at this point? They fucking had Elektra as an Avenger.
I think the saddest thing about cinema winning is basically the GOP had to be complicit in it, or else it wouldn't have worked. It's their own cuckitude. And really, this is a product of years and years of McCain running the fucking Arizona Republican Party. He raised them to not fight because McCain, given a choice between a genuine conservative and a Democrat, McCain would choose the Democrat any day. Cinema was not an accident. That's a product of McCain's Republican Party. And if you want more of that, you continue opposing Donald Trump's agenda. Make that happen. You will guarantee more of that in the future.
You're gonna end up in Japanese hell. A disgrace to your ancestors.
Ooh, what is this? Oh! Off the wall!
Nice.
You're living off the wall. Live your life.
Samuel
Let's
Steingart
do it.
would like to know, have you heard of or bought a comic called Murder Falcon from Image? It has tons of heavy
You all right?
heavy metal references.
No, I haven't heard of it.
Also, I hope the Jolly Fat Man.
Isn't that
brings
like
me
one of
some-
them ironic, you know, a bunch of hipsters and kind of making a comic like that? You know, kind of like, I don't know, there's a few comics like that nowadays.
Oh, I'm sure, but I haven't heard of this one.
Ooh, can I? Ooh, can
Also, I hope the Jolly Fat Man brings me some Elric in the stocking soon. I think he repeated that for some reason.
Ooh, can I? No! No, 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 no! Let me hide the body. Thank you.
DK Unit says, it speaks to the state of Capcom's fighting game division that Ken gets added as a clone character in Smash Ultimate, and his character model looks vastly better than the last 2 Street Fighter entries. Yeah,
Well,
Maximilian Dude pointed
it's
that
not
out.
hard to one-up him. All you have to do is not make his hair be made out of saltwater taffy. Like,
Taffy or bananas.
yeah,
or,
like, what is...
like, it fucking looks stupid.
Ooh, what's this? Some story.
You picked the wrong guys to rob, Sensei. It's time for the old man to retire, boys.
They're gonna kill Shang Tsung!
His back's to you, though. Uh-oh.
Come on.
Finish him!
Excellent. Ditch his body and save Shang Tsung. Flawless victory.
For centuries we have stayed hidden. We shunned the modern world and its giants.
Oh, listen, every Asian guy in a game ever.
Our enemies have found us. We must strike back.
What's his name needs to get more
For our
work.
survival.
The guy who actually played Shang Tsung.
I foresaw
He's
this
he's
day,
old now, though.
and so
The guy in
on a
fucking
champion to fight for us.
Man in the High
He's
Castle?
accepted the first
Yeah.
He will defend the
I just
clan
think he needs to do more voice
at
work.
terrible cost.
I am a little depressed that they somehow found a way to make the ninja guy another bald protagonist. I don't know what vendetta the video game industry is enacting against hair, but it goes a long way to explaining why Movie Bob loves it.
Whistle Dixie.
John Doe says, before I go, what's Razor's opinion on France?
Here we go.
Have you heard France is burning?
I have heard Paris is burning. Of course I fucking heard. But as I said in my Elric at the beginning of my Elric video, I guess I just don't understand. Less than 1 year ago, you had an opportunity to not vote for this chode. What the fuck? Like, now you're gonna bitch? You vote for a big spending, high taxing leftist, and then you're pissed when the bill comes due. Don't bitch now! Like, you wanted this. This is what you fucking voted for.
Honestly, stop burning shit and just wheel out the guillotine and be done with it. Okay?
Good call. This is it's the old California syndrome. It's like we want to vote for the left constantly. We just don't want to pay for it. All right. I think we're good. Cool. So we
Zeep's Body Bag Emporium says.
Wait. There's no room for a sword. I take that back. I am going to kill bitches. Noisemakers are pretty useful.
Why has he gotta be
Use
bald?
the breathing techniques I taught you. They will ease the pain. Let me tell you the story of the ing and of the champions who came before you. Before the
Years and
Revolution,
years ago,
as
hipsters
the
loved to
other
look
classes
edgy.
disbanded, a merchant sold us a led us to a flower whose petals burned with toxin. Put the toxins in your skin, and you will gain great and strange powers. But those powers will drag you.
Is ninja-ing a power?
That is why every champion vows to end his own
Depends
life
on what
before he destroys
movie you're
himself.
featured in and who's directing.
Right, right. What if you're a ninja assassin?
Yeah, like, are those brothers involved? Sorry, is it a brother and sister now? I forget.
All right.
He is responsible for the attack on our clan. His tower stands.
Ninja toxicity.
You must kill him before he can attack.
Let's check his ninja pH level. Ninja assassin as a movie title. Like, isn't that like saying like military soldier?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
No, Ninja Janitor.
Like,
That's the movie I want to see.
Ninja sanitation engineer.
So, Zeep's Body Bag Emporium says, name your 5 favorite UDO albums.
Ooh, you can run up. 5 favorite. Okay. I really like Holy. I really like Time Bomb. I really like Thunderball. And yes, it is James Bond themed, by the way. I like... What, 2 more? I really like... Fuck. Master Cuter is pretty underrated, although I'm not crazy about the production. Dominator's really good. I'd probably throw that one in there. And I really liked Steel Hammer.
These buildings are protected by high-tech tripwires, but you can wreck them all with a simple goo dart.
Sweet.
Nicely done.
This is my highly high-tech.
Main transformer should be nearby. Destroy that, and you'll bring down all the lights. For a time.
It says you're a heretic!
What was that noise?
Watch. The
Whoa.
alarms switch off when the guard walks past them.
Whoa.
Or when he's dragged past them.
Anybody see Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?
Nice.
Fucking love it. Also, does Plain Simple Garrick like Plain Simple Sabaton? Keep up the great work and Godspeed, Metal Maniac Mastermind.
Plain and simply go fuck yourself.
Somebody says, after Poods
I
having...
believe in coincidences, but I don't trust coincidences.
After Poods having been called a Nazi again, I'm giving recommendation to ER for those who like edgy, read functioning humor, and good content. ER. Dustin Eaton says, Obama's legacy is one step closer to being erased.
Ooh.
Obamacare just got canned. Now we just got to get rid of that pesky DACA shit. I thought DACA was already gone.
Obamacare didn't get canned. I believe the mandate did. Which is awesome, by the way. Trump isn't going to get credit for this. Nobody's going to give him credit for this, but fucking he should. Come April 15th, when you have to file your taxes and you're not registered for Obamacare and you don't have to pay fucking half a grand in fines for not being signed up for it, fall your knees and thank Trump, because that's what he did. That is...
We'll just make healthcare for everyone.
Because
by making it illegal not to have healthcare. I mean, it just makes sense.
Let me tell you how much I loved paying the government a shitload of money last fucking tax season. I have healthcare now, but at the time I didn't.
It just works.
It really is like a very tough... Obamacare... Is Obamacare the Fallout 4 of government programs? It just works. Alright. And the horrible thing about Obamacare is the Dems are transparently manipulating people. They do these drives to get people to sign up for it, and it's total shit, and it costs them tons of money. But it's like, after you have it, you're then afraid to lose it, because it's stability. Nobody likes change. They know human nature. I'll give this to the Dems. Just not when it comes to fucking socialism. Then they don't understand a fucking thing about human nature. But when it can be used to manipulate people, by God. Oh, shit.
Only a ninja can stop a ninja.
Yes!
Somebody got it.
Oh, I forgot I can...
Also, while he's evading soldiers,
yeah,
I'll let people know that there are actually a couple of new notifications hidden in
yeah, there are. There's a couple new ones we added. Actually, more than a couple. Let's see here. I think we're good.
Crusader Saracen, welcome back, sir, says, Razor, please say gorilla mindset and back when I was a Navy frogman.
Well, you see, back when I was a Navy frogman. Navy frogman, Navy frogman, Navy SEAL. Chris Kyle ruined my life. Give me another $1 million. I'm gonna sue another grieving widow. Fucking... I love Jesse Ventura, but he's a chode. Let's be real. Like, I love Jesse the Body Ventura, but what a fucking chode.
Also, thanks for introducing me to 3 of my top 5 bands this year, according to Spotify.
Oh, and what was the other thing you needed me to say? Oh, that's right. Gorilla Mind.
Gorilla Mindset.
No, it's Gorilla Mind. And right on cue with the death wish. Jesus. I am about as stealthy as a fucking rhino with a limp.
Thank you for introducing me to 3 of my top 5 bands this year, according to Spotify. Judas Priest, Saxon, and Accept.
Hell yeah.
Godspeed, gentlemen.
Good call on those.
My life is a complex pastiche. Donated $40. Thank you very much, sir. How many Zimbabwe fun backs must I give you to get a Rageaholic Cinema to The Running Man? It's on the list.
Yeah, it is on the list. I love The Running Man. It's a good one.
Godspeed. Fucking.
Ooh!
I need to get it on Blu-ray.
I thought you already did.
Oh no, I have it on DVD.
So
I need it.
Are you fucking drunk, dude? You're gonna get the same. Actually, you're probably gonna get more special features on DVD, because fucking for some reason Blu-ray, they up the image quality and they remove all the special features. That's just how it works.
No, what I really need is the Steelbook Blu-ray.
Of course,
I have a problem.
He does have a problem with Steelbooks. In the shadow of Steelbooks.
How dare you stupid effing provincials tell me my gas tax is too high. You're all thugs, Neanderthals. I am Jupiter. I am Jupiter. Ha ha ha. Macaroni.
No, macaroni. I'm also trying not to overdose on the irony that Macron basically called his opponent Marine Le Pen. He called her basically a fucking Nazi during the election. Remind me again, who's got the police out in paramilitary gear firing gas at the fucking with the giant riot shields? Who's the guy who's got the police in the jackboots up against the rioters there? I'm trying to remember who that is. I'm pretty sure it's not Marine Le Pen.
I thought I heard an alarm.
Pretty
Remember,
sure.
we can't avoid detection.
Oops. What am I doing here? What is... Okay.
Paula Dew says, how dare you... Oh, sorry. No, I read that one. Sorry. Joe says, just ordered the first Dark Tower omnibus.
Cool.
Wow, these books are expensive.
Wait. Is it the book or the graphic novel?
He doesn't specify. While these books are expensive, guessing they were limited prints.
I don't know. I'm not sure which you're talking about.
But does it come with the movie?
Fuck off.
Remember, if a guard is blocking your way, you can try to distract him.
Marshall Arborist says, the radio at work is always on the hard rock station. When it's not some whiny roundabout song that boils down to Orange Man Bad,
Right.
it's Five Finger Dick Punch,
Ugh.
Syndrome of a Down, or Papa Roach. They all suck. Please say something mean about them.
See, our local hard rock station is all fucking... It's like a mix of, like, the most overplayed shit from the 70s and 80s. You know, if it's not Zeppelin, it's AC/DC. If it's not AC/DC, it's Zeppelin. Or they'll throw in Paranoid every hour. And then they'll cap it off with some true classic rock, Seether and Nickelback. Classic rock radio is just the worst. It's so sad because, like, no other form of music, like, radio is like that. It's bizarre. Like, even top 40 radio has way more variety. Like, I was in a freaking gas station the other day, and they had the, like, local top 40 station on, and I'm sitting there waiting to buy whatever the fuck it was, and suddenly fucking Billy Ocean comes on. And I'm like, fucking Caribbean Queen. And I'm like, dude, like, this is fucking awesome. Like, the classic rock station does not have a classic rock equivalent of fucking Billy Ocean Caribbean Queen. You know what I mean? They don't have fucking... They don't just play a random Saxon song. They might have, like, a metal block at 2 o'clock in the morning on Sundays only, and it rotates fucking nights or whatever. D. Snyder's House of Hackiness. You know, but that's pretty much it. That's like all you get. Although I did hear D. Snyder recently play some Dokken. Played Unchain the Night, I believe.
It's a good song.
Stay alert. Man in black rags spotted on the ground. Who's up there?
Man in Black Rags. You guys know you're fighting ninjas, right?
No shit! Ninjas.
I'm sure it's just a homeless person with a sword.
Right.
Block Resner.
Squatters' rights.
What are your thoughts on Sony censoring anime games today compared to years ago, as Nintendo is actually embracing rated M games more today on their Switch?
It says you're a heretic!
Do you think Sony will ever revive from such a soy overdose?
Yeah, well, Sony is feeling that market leader pressure, and I think they can feel Nintendo breathing down their neck a bit, because the Switch, the sales momentum on Switch is like, what, 3-1 on the PS4? I'd be pretty fucking worried too. So they're trying to position themselves as a market leader by doing the most PC bullshit imaginable. That's my sense of it. Microsoft did the same thing a few years ago. Whoa. What?
Rocket launcher!
Oh,
Boom. I have to skip straight to this one. I'm going to say it's Charvale donates $100.
Jesus.
My God.
Thank you.
Got an unexpected windfall and wanted to add a few shekels to your coffers. Thank you for all the great content and Godspeed.
Godspeed to you.
That is overwhelming. Thank you so much.
Can't thank you enough, bro.
You guys need a GEP gun notification. Yeah, we do.
We do need a GEP gun.
We do.
A GEP gun is the most silent takedown. What do you have to do here again?
But thank you very much. That's unexpected.
Hold on.
Charvale. Was that perfect pronunciation? I bet it wasn't, but thank you anyway.
Is it maybe you have to hit the switch here? I'm trying to think of what the fuck you're supposed to do. I've done this before. Let's see.
Goob says, last stream I asked what your 1980 metal album of the year was, since Welcome to Hell was released in 81, and I am autistic. I'm asking again. Would like to know TG's answer as well.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna kill myself if I do this. Actually, no, I don't think I will because those aren't on.
I'm not well versed enough to know what year, what
Well, I've
albums
really
were
fucked
released.
myself here, haven't I?
Is there no way to fix this? Or
I fucked myself, but good. Ooh, that was close. I'm trying to think of how I did this. Did you get the fuck out of my way? Thank you. Okay. I'm sorry, repeat that question.
Last stream I asked you what your 1980 metal album of the year was, since Welcome to Hell was released in 81 and I'm autistic. I'm asking again.
Oh my god. 1980.
Simon Stevens says,
well,
Heaven and Hell, Strong Arm of the Law, and Maiden albums that came out in
Wheels of
1980.
Steel also came out in 1980. Saxon released 2 classic albums in the same fucking year. It might be Wheels of Steel for me. It might be. Possibly.
Was Ace of Spades?
Ace of Spades was 1980 as
oh,
well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Boy, that is a tough one. There's so many good albums that year. Might have to just go Ace of Spades. Might have to be a filthy fucking normie. You just... Well, let's try... You know what?
Keep pushing it, people are saying.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, pushing it over here.
Dumaster says, answer from last stream, no, the MLP pick that led me to Deus Ex Human Revolution was of an odd and solemn rarity with a link to the song that plays in Adam's apartment, and it was Pony Denton in the Deus Ex retrospective. Thank you.
Here we go.
Best Way Killer donates $20. Thank you very much.
There we
sir.
go.
And welcome back. You brought up how one of the would-be Elric games resembled Legacy of Kain.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree the design of Kain himself bears a close resemblance to the White Wolf?
Yeah, very, very, very close. And the Soul Reaver is clearly patterned after Stormbringer.
He just said that now.
Yeah,
Plus, the Soul Reaver is a lot like Stormbringer.
A ton. No question.
Jake Downey says, hey, ask the Gimp where's the Ted Nugent metal mythos. 40 years of rock and rolling and nothing from the malcontent peanut gallery?
I love Ted Nugent, but I would have to get... Yeah, I don't... There's a whole period of his career I'm not really familiar with, so I'd have to get into those albums first, you know. That whole thing. I also want to add, for 1980, I believe Scorpion's Animal Magnetism was 1980. Or was it Blackout? Fuck, was it...
You're asking me.
Animal Magnetism or Blackout? Or maybe both. They were a very productive band. Scorpions might win that, too. Oh, shit. There we are. Yeah! Some Ninja Gaiden-y shit.
Howling Fang says, "Hey Taryn, what you got against VeggieTales, huh?" Did I say something against VeggieTales? Maybe I put something in the video.
No, VeggieTales. I don't know what the thing is with VeggieTales, but it's a meme now.
The blackout is working.
When hasn't
While
it been?
guards fuss over that, we could slip right by them.
Got him.
Where did Minnesota Kook touch you as a kid?
What?
I guess that's a character. Hey Razor, what is your favorite singer? Godspeed.
Favorite singer is I did a top 5 favorite singers on my website once, and the names were I've always really liked Don Dokken, Göran Edman of Yngwie Malmsteen fame, Glenn Hughes, who are the other ones? Oh, Ripper Owens. And I believe I threw in a black metal vocalist as well, although that's not technically a singer. I believe I threw in Hat from, or Hut from fucking Gorgoroth. Oh, that is some bullshit. Like, what? The fucking... You hear a noise up and to your immediate right, so you look up and to your immediate left. Fuck y'all. Alright, I'll just chill down here till he stops spurging out.
I'm going to fuck up one of these words. Lord Wraith says, check out Eternal Champion. The songs Retaliator and The Cold Sword.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard Eternal Champion on Bandcamp. Great band. There's a number of Elric-themed bands and bands who have done Elric-themed albums. Probably the most famous of them is Blue Oyster Cult, who collaborated with Michael Moorcock. Michael Moorcock actually wrote lyrics for them. Their super famous song, Veteran of the Psychic Wars, was about the Eternal Champion, all the aspects of the Eternal Champion. Blue Oyster Cult also did a song called Black Blade that was all about Stormbringer and Elric. And that's one of their most famous songs as well. And, of course, Hawkwind. Hawkwind, Lemmy's old band before Motorhead. Hawkwind did an entire album called Chronicles of the Black Sword, which was all about Elric. It was an Elric concept album, and when they performed it on stage in, I think it was 85, they actually had an actor on stage as Elric, and Michael Moorcock actually was on stage with them reading like poetry and shit, like introducing songs and whatnot. Michael Moorcock, incidentally, is a rock musician himself. He like plays bass, I think. Let's see here. Fuck.
The songs Retaliator and
if you consider bassist musicians, of course.
And The Cold Sword are of Corum and, I'm going to try to pronounce this, Ericose, respectively. Also, most of the least favorite, Elric, Corum, Ericose, Hawkmoon. I like Corum as much as Elric. Cool.
I like, I'm more of an Ericose guy. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I've always been a fan of Ericose. Ericose, for those who don't know, Ericose was like a version of the Eternal Champion who had tons of different aspects, and he's the only Eternal Champion who can remember his previous incarnations. It's kind of like a Dax situation. He can remember all the previous existences and aspects of the Eternal Champion. And when he was introduced in, when he was in the Vanishing Tower, I believe, he's actually a black dude, which is, you know, for 1961 was kind of a big deal. I think that makes Ericose the first African-American, or African, actually I think he is African-American, fantasy protagonist, I think. But a cool character.
Simon Steven would like to know who are the comedians you feel the most overrated, or the most, or the ones you
Bill
hate.
Burr, Burr, fucking Louis C.K.
I put my money on Bill Hicks.
No, I mean, I like Bill Hicks. I agree. Like, he definitely... Bill Hicks had this period where, like, I feel like his career's kind of split up into 3 chunks. He had the early period where he was fucking hilarious. It was all about the jokes. He didn't care about politics at all. Then he had that mid period where he was just unwatchable. He went to Britain and he just basically bashed America for fucking 2 hours, and that was his comedy special, and those are just fucking terrible. Revelation is a part of that. Just, no punchlines, just rants about, you know, whatever political thing was pissing him off. And then he got diagnosed with cancer. And at the end, a lot of people think he got more political. Actually, the opposite is true. If you watch the last several, comedy things that he did, he got way less political. It was like, he knew he was on his way out. So he was more about the jokes and what have you. He'd still talk about politics, but, that latter period, right at the end, I feel like he got a lot better. But yeah, that whole Revelation period, that was awful. That was just dick. But Bill Hicks, I don't think is overrated. I think fucking Bill Burr is overrated as shit. Louis C.K. is overrated as fuck. Here we go. Louis Black. Fucking.
Damn it. He was a good man.
He was a good man. Oh, shit.
El Spuzo says, first time playing the Hitman series. First has moments of brilliance, but is really broken. Skip to 2. Great presentation. But
Well, you can actually, nowadays, you can skip the first game because they basically remade it and called it Hitman Contracts. So the first game is technically, they kind of changed some things, but they remade the first game, and that's Hitman Contracts.
Skip to 2. Great presentation, but the stealth disguise system is just plain broken too. Would you suggest skipping straight to Blood Money? Story important, do you think?
I mean, I really, really like Blood Money. I don't know about skipping, because Contracts is a great game.
Yeah, Contracts is... I loved Contracts. Both Contracts and Blood Money are pretty much my favorites. But if I'm being completely honest, I haven't played any of the newer ones. I played a little bit of Absolution. But these newer ones, the whole episodic thing with the newest Hitman things kind of put me off.
Yeah.
But now that they're complete, I might actually jump in.
Dude, well, that's the thing. A lot of people gave the first game shit for being episodic. I'll say this in defense of the episodic thing. In Hitman, it works. Because the stages are so big and so detailed, there's very few games where you can just spend hours and hours and hours playing it, right? So the episodic thing, I think, is a little less of a ripoff in the case of Hitman, because it's like you really do get some meat on the bone there. But yeah, I agree. I'd much rather have it be completed. Okay.
David NS84 says,
she's in there, so can I get up here?
in 2011, the Old Republic and MMO had a dynamic single-player story, branching dialogue, and fully voiced NPCs and companions. But Bethesda couldn't do any of this in 2018? Too bad BioWare got cucked.
I'm turning the power for the 15th floor back
Got
on.
cucked. They cucked themselves. Oh, yeah!
Yeah, can't wait for fucking Dragon Age 4 The Dreadwolf.
Yay!
And the first fucking article I read about it is, oh, it's going to be even more political, and blah blah, and like, I'm already tuning out.
What happened to the lights?
You know it's always a good sign when the director of the game is expressly antagonizing people who are merely voicing their concern that BioWare has been too political lately. It's a fucking fantasy game, folks. And look, there's nothing wrong with kind of talking about real-world issues or whatever in fiction. As a rule, in fantasy, the best approach with that is to go slightly more allegorical. Hell, we're talking about Elric. Elric is a good example, a really good example, actually. Because Elric, if you look at it, Michael Moorcock is basically an exile from Great Britain, right? He left Great Britain a long time ago because he didn't like the way the country was going. Now, he's a shit left. He's super left-wing. We won't even get into his politics because I wouldn't piss on Michael Moorcock's politics. I respect him as a writer, but his politics are absolute detritus. But if you look at it and you read Elric and Melniboné, you realize, okay, he's from the Dragon Isle. He's from an island that used to, like, basically run the world. And that used to have, like, the entire world under its boot and was renowned for its cruelty in its sort of colonial aspirations, right? You can kind of see already that Melniboné is sort of an allegory. It's not a one-to-one allegory, but it's like a super cartoonish kind of allegory for the United Kingdom a little bit. And there's a lot of that kind of stuff in there in Elric. But that's more obscure. You can still read the story and not feel like he's preaching to you. Which says something, because Michael Moorcock is very left-wing. He was involved in the hippie movement heavily. You know, don't trust anyone under 40. That whole thing. And yet he is more subtle in his allegory and in his political beliefs than a fucking video game company. Are you shitting me? A literal hippie is less of a propagandist than a fucking video game manufacturer. What?
Turning the power for 16 back on.
Whoa. Is he asleep or something? Get over here.
Did I hear something?
Come on, bud. There we go. God, this game is great.
Somebody says, Sargon points out far left has fascistic tactics and socialistic beliefs. This is McBain, under attack by commie Nazis.
Commie Nazis. It's true, though. He's not wrong.
Asim
I always
Jessen
forget
was-
you can look down with the fucking
Oh shit!
right stick.
Don't do this to me now. Oh god, am I gonna lose all that?
Whoa!
Damn it.
You're almost there.
What?
But
I
so is the
lost
repair
a
crew.
bunch of
Keep moving.
donations because fucking Streamlabs decided to refresh and it can't remember anything past an hour.
Damn, how the...
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It's fine, they're still there. We'll still get to them. We just have them on a different browser or whatnot.
18th floor, power's almost back on.
Here we go. Boop, 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 boop.
Alright, so guys, just FYI.
Ah! That was pleasant.
just an FYI, we lost some of the older donations.
We didn't lose anything. It's
we
all
will,
there.
Hold on. I'm explaining. Let me fucking finish. We will get to them. We have them elsewhere.
Almost back on.
But we just want to let you know that if I start reading donations again, they're the newer ones, not the older ones. But we will get to the older ones, okay? Just letting you know.
Should that have triggered?
Is there a way to, like, knock them out?
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't really until they turn on. Ah, well, I'll just go the other way.
18th floor.
Oops.
Power's almost back on.
What is that? Go see what that noise was over there. Huh, weird that this light went out.
I like how that guy's doing nothing. That's nice.
Everything seems fine.
He didn't notice shit.
I love how their cone of vision is so short.
Well, when they're not alerted, it's short. All right, bud. Come on. Come on. Yeah! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here we go. Oops. What's up here?
And hey, guys, actually, you know what? Never mind.
You're almost at the roof.
Turning the power back on for 19.
Turn around. Good man. No. Ah! That was close. All right. Anybody on the other side of this door?
You can drag the guards around to deactivate the lasers.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Hey, here he is.
Hey, what the fuck was that? What the fuck? That was bullshit. The fucking prompt was right on the screen and everything, and
Back on for 19.
decided to punch him instead of fucking killing him for some reason.
El Spuzo says, please rank the levels in Thief 2 from the least great to the greatest, or the ones that you can remember offhand.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best level in that game. Well, hold on. Like I'm weird in that I really like casing the joint and masks. The one where you go there, you case the place, and then you come back and you steal all the masks from the exhibition or whatever. I really like that mission, and that's probably everyone's least favorite. But I really dig it because, number one, I like the idea that a thief would have to case a joint before he burglarizes it. I mean, to me, that's just realistic. Because the appeal to me of Thief has always been, like, simulating the idea of being, like, a medieval thief or what have you. Oops. And that mission does it really well. It's a little clunky in terms of the implementation. Like, I totally know, like, they were just reusing a map. I get that, but I thought it was pretty well done. Obviously, Life of the Party is amazing. I also think one that doesn't get mentioned nearly enough is the last mission, the Soulforge Cathedral, the last one in that game. That mission is incredible. Number one, it's huge. It's the biggest mission in the entire game, I believe. It's gargantuan. And every time I play that mission, I find a new area. Every time. And I've been playing this game since 2000, right? It's unbelievable. Oh, shit. Okay, whatever. But Soulforge is really cool. A great art design. And there's this cool mechanic in that mission where you have all these machines and you get parts. It's hard to describe, but like, you know, the mechanists are all about machinery and invention and all that shit. So there's all these parts of things that you can find, and you'll find manuals laying around. And as you read the manuals, you realize that basically you can manufacture shit. You can manufacture yourself flash bombs. You can manufacture... You can manufacture scouting orbs. You can manufacture the parts that you need to fulfill the objective in the game. Like, it's crazy. That level was so ahead of its time. In terms of the worst missions, the one where you go to the sheriff's estate, that one doesn't really work so well. You know, that one seems kind of forgettable. But that's pretty much the only one I can think of. That game's just a masterpiece.
The complex. This way.
Awesome. Also started reading the Elric comics with art by P. Craig Russell.
Oh, it's great stuff.
Guys, wizard panel. Wait. Guys, a wizard at panel layout.
He is. The guy's an absolute genius. Absolute genius.
Fave of the Elric adaptations he's worked on, question mark.
He was really good on... Oh, gosh. So it's kind of weird. P. Craig Russell only did 3 of the books. He did The Dreaming City, which was the first Elric novel to be published, and it was the first graphic novel adaptation to be published. That was all P. Craig Russell with the story by Roy Thomas. Then he did a little bit of Weird of the White Wolf, actually. A lot of people missed that. Somebody else... What's the guy's name? Hold on, I'm going to look at it right now. It's right in front of me. It was Michael T. Gilbert. Michael T. Gilbert and P. Craig Russell traded off on that. It was like he would do a bit and then P. Craig Russell would do a bit. But I think the really cool looking one, it was a little experimental, and I'm not sure if they're ever going to reprint it, but it was Stormbringer. P. Craig Russell not only drew that one, but he wrote it as well. It was pretty cool. I'd probably go Stormbringer, honestly. It looks a little different,
Karajan
but...
must be close. We still need to locate him.
El Spuzzo also says
The darkest alleys.
You might like the band Gargoyle. Imagine stoner rock without stoners, space rock without hippies, and sludge metal without the Quaaludes.
That's always good.
Jump to that ledge.
Huh? What? What'd she say? Damn.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Yes!
Nice. Somebody found one.
Somebody found one of the new ones.
I'll skip right to that one. Mr. Mephisto donates $75.
Oh, damn it.
Dude, thank you. You mentioned earlier in the stream about a civil war. Do you believe that there will be a unification between the EU and the American Democrat Party?
I think there already is. Whoa, there already is, bro.
To eventually fully complete this Orwellian makeover of Western civilization. Godspeed.
How do I do this? Maybe I just have to get to the very bottom. There we go. Yeah, that was my problem. I think you're already seeing that to a degree. I think that wouldn't even be a prediction. That would really just be one of us being minimally observant of the facts. Okay. Let's try it. He must be enjoying that cigarette.
Oh, and about Gargoyle, I think they're on Bandcamp only so far, but they rip. Band name is Pretty Metal 2. give them a listen. Well, we'll try that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Crusader Saracen says, did you see Trump tear Pelosi and Schumer a new asshole?
I did.
God, that
I
was
did.
glorious. And yet Ben Shapiro...
And you notice his popularity always goes up when he actually stands up on his hind legs and fights. When he's trying to come off super presidential, which he has been for the last few months, he's been trying to, he's much less popular. They don't... I think Trump... I think his current advisors, and God, I pray, there's a rumor now that Jared Kushner is being considered for chief of staff. I'm just like, what the fuck? No. But I think his advisors do not understand that he is the Molotov cocktail that we threw into the establishment. Like, that's his appeal.
Steer clear of the dogs. They can sniff you out even in the darkness.
He continues, and yet Ben Shapiro, that neocon hack, somehow thinks that Trump lost that exchange.
No.
Salamander's Marine says,
I don't think he's lost the exchange. I think it hasn't really been decided because he hasn't stood his ground just yet. It looks like he's edging that way, though, which is good. All right.
Salamander Marine says, favorite Sabaton song and thoughts on folk metal.
His favorite what?
Sabaton song.
Favorite Sabbath? Fuck off. Folk metal? I despise the living shit out of folk metal. I actually do.
There you go.
So that is, yeah.
Gordito
Although
Jin.
Drutsk has has like Ukrainian folk elements to them, and they're pretty good. But they're mostly just a black metal band.
Gordito Jin says, not to take away from Mark of the Ninja right now, but putting out another bid for a Parasite Eve Let's Play in the future.
It would be pretty cool.
About the right time of year, and it's my favorite game. You got good taste, sir. Crusader Saracen says, wish I could stick around longer, gents, but I gotta work graveyard shift, and I'm already way late. Godspeed, gents.
Allah protects us. Then this shouldn't hurt.
Does Razor like Sabaton says,
oh my god.
Confucius say, if everything in life comes your way, then you driving in the wrong rain.
What? Yeah! Ooh! And he got chucked right down the pit. Into the pit.
They're locking the doors. Try to pick the lock.
Can I?
Mute Gamer says, been playing through KOTOR for the 100th time, and it got me thinking about the Old Republic and how fun the stories are. Do you think it would have been better as a single-player game, or would the
I think it would have been better not being released. I think it's a terrible game, and people saying it's good now are revisionist retards.
Or
it's a
would
real
the
bad
8
game.
stories the game has be too much for a single-player game?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it just shouldn't have been released. There was no real demand for it. People wanted KOTOR 3. That's what they wanted. And if in the sense that they should have just released KOTOR 3, yes, I think it would have worked better as a single-player game. Is that technically? I don't think that's concealed. I don't think that's concealed. Come on. Actually, is there anywhere to throw this? No, there's nowhere to throw it. Never mind. This is kind of the dichotomy of MMOs. Is like they'll release these MMOs that just suck, like suck 7 kinds of chode. But then they'll patch them so much that they basically become a totally different game, and then everybody suddenly is like, it's the greatest game ever. Same thing happened with, was it Final Fantasy XIV? Same fucking thing.
Oh yeah,
Same fucking
the
thing.
reboot, the restart.
Terrible goddamn game. Still a terrible game, to be perfectly honest. But it's like, it's better than it was. So everyone's like, "Whoa, the haters were wrong. It was great all along." No, not so much. Not so fucking much.
Troom says, "What are the chances of seeing?"
See also Elder Scrolls Online, by the way.
Try to get behind him or above him.
What are the chances of seeing a Dick Tracy Rageaholic cinema?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to.
We'll add it to the list.
Al Pacino is just amazing in that.
Yeah. You could tell they just said, "Do your own thing."
Yeah, just be
Fuck
Al.
it, you know.
Go ahead and be Al Pacino for a while. Go off your meds for a few days, Al.
Mr. DJ Fly High says, "Which purge is worse in 2018? The Tumblr purge, the Twitter purge, the Patreon purge?"
Definitely the Patreon purge, because it's calling attention to these payment providers, which is causing websites like PayPal to begin political activism. And that is so fucking dangerous, I can't even fully explain. Yeah! Do it, do it, do it, do it. Damn it. Triple kill. And you can chuck them in the garbage bin there. I think I'll chuck this guy's body into the vent there. But
I'm
yeah,
not sure
definitely I would say the Patreon purge is way more dangerous.
It continues. Also, are we close to living in a technological dystopia?
God, I mean, look, it was always dangerous. I said this for years. I said this back when I was on, like, doing radio stuff, like political radio stuff. But when the EU, when there was that episode where the EU threatened to kick Italy out because they elected a conservative, it was like, at that point, I was like, wait a minute. So basically, you can be left or farther left in the EU. That's basically the choices you have. And essentially what's happened is the left have gone to such a cartoonish extreme that now here we are in 2018, and we're now applying that to basic payment services like fucking PayPal and Patreon, and gang, soon it'll be Visa, soon it'll be American Express. You mark my words. You know, we literally have to create our own financial base. It's a big wake-up call for the complacent among us.
I'm not sure I understand this one, so I'm going to let you read it.
Have you thought about joining ISIS now that your joke of a senator is Kyrsten Sinema? Oh, you mean the additional California senator? That's nice.
Well, that was Sloth Massacre, but I meant the one below it.
Oh, really?
What? I don't want to mispronounce it.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Bogue says Padoru. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I thought maybe it'd be a song or a lyric or something.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
James Bursey says, so Amy Schumer
But yeah,
said,
apparently it's fine to join ISIS, according to Kyrsten Sinema, so that's neat. It's nice that California has 3 senators now. They're so big, they deserve it.
James Bursey says, so Amy Schumer said finally something funny, that she was going to stop being super fuckable. True story.
All right, here we go.
Look at all the guards patrolling near that tower. And see those antennas on the roof? It must be a communication tower. There could be something inside to help us find Karajan.
Okay. Here we go. You don't really need the map until later when the levels get a lot more complex. This was just a sleeper stud of a fucking game.
Hell, a disgrace to your ancestors.
We had to leave that one in here for this stream. Had to be done.
Marshall Valenta says, any tips on traveling for a guy who's new at it?
Sure. Don't get too caught up in the touristy shit, you know? Make some plans that don't involve just seeing the standard sights and whatnot. That's one of the reasons I like
Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?
That's one of the reasons I like doing volunteer work and stuff, because it forces you to get out into parts of the city that you wouldn't normally see. Not necessarily the best parts of the city, but, you know. Like, if I hadn't volunteered in San Francisco, I probably wouldn't like San Francisco that much. Because I only would have seen the parts of the city that, like, the Tourism Bureau and fucking Gavin Newsom want me to fucking see. But it was when I went into the fucking TL district and shit and saw homeless people shitting in the street. Like, that was when I was like, oh, okay, so this is like a real city. Like, I love this place. And that's when I fell in love with fucking San Francisco. So I'd recommend, like, having something else to do, whether it's, you know, hanging out with someone or doing volunteer work or whatever. Because touristy shit, like, once you get into that shitty vacation cycle where it's like, okay, what's the next touristy thing we're going to do? I don't know. I guess we're going to do that at 5, so I guess we'll sit in the fucking hotel room for hours. Like, that cycle really sucks. I think everyone's been in that situation before, and it's just lame. Ooh, can I? Oh, the little prompt came up. Yeah!
Vlad the Kebab Remover says, salutations, noble Razor and T-Boogie. I bid you thanks for introducing me to Elric, and would like to ask, who would you want to direct an Elric adaptation?
You know who'd be great?
And who would be a good choice to play him?
You know who'd be great is a great visual director who's also French, and thus has an innate appreciation for Elric. I would go with Christoph Gans. Of the first Silent Hill fame, Brotherhood of the Wolf, that guy. I'd go with him.
You were on the Ninja Raid.
And actor?
You just say Ninja Raid? For actor, you know, I was just thinking, like, I thought Tom Hiddleston for a long time, and I still think he would be pretty good, but you know who I'm thinking? And he hasn't been in stuff in a while, so he probably wouldn't be picked. Orlando Bloom wouldn't be bad.
Really?
He's a good-looking guy. He looks eternally young. That's kind of a thing with Elric. He's, like, older, but he always looks young because he's albino and he's, you know, never really exposed to the sun. He's sort of eternally young.
I don't know. I think I'd go with Hiddleston on that one.
I mean, he's a better actor than Orlando Bloom. But I think Orlando Bloom has the right look. Plus, it'd be like, hey, Orlando Bloom, you want to be in things again? Like... You want to, like, have a career again, buddy? How do we do this? Is there a way to... Actually, I should probably take out that other guy first.
Minarchist says, where and when will Kingdom Come sequel occur?
It sounds like the next game would be the very beginning of some Crusades, I think.
Yes!
No, it sounds like, if you're looking at the time period, that sounds like that's what it's going to be. So that would be my guess. And I think that would do even better than the first game, personally.
Robert Longway has a long donation here. 3 old women trying to brag up their kids. First one says, my son's a judge. When he walks into a room, everyone stands and says, hello, your honor. Second woman says, my son's a bishop. When he walks into a room, everyone kneels and says, hello, your excellency. Third woman laughs, says, my son's 700 pounds. When he walks into a room, everyone jumps up and screams, oh my god. FYI, a priest told me that joke. Well, that's not a very good joke.
Those aren't matzo balls!
But thanks for the $10.
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity to tell your terrible joke. Whoa.
Rot Cod Natas?
If we get our hands on a tracking device,
Whoa!
Oh. Satan Doctor. Okay. Says, Rammstein is releasing a new album.
Not that we should hold that against them.
What's your guys' thoughts on the band, and do you think the German metal scene doesn't get the attention it deserves?
Yeah, but Rammstein gets plenty of attention. It's the good bands like fucking Accept that don't get any attention. And Rammstein took some shit from Accept. Like the whole...
Are you gonna pull those pistols and whistle Dixie?
The, Rammstein for a long time were known as like the band that does the synchronized movements and shit on stage. That's kind of a Accept thing. Ruh-roh. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I actually wanted to talk about this one. Thank you for donating this question. Artemis Arrow says, hello, gentlemen. Thoughts on Ted Lieu admitting he wants to criminalize speech, and how would you end this corporate censorship of conservatives?
As I said earlier, you have to create your own financial base. You have to, and it's weird because the left are kind of creating two Americas at the end of the day. They're literally creating a situation where we have to not only have our own spaces for speech, we also have to have our own funding base. Because when the left start to lose an argument, when the left are forced to argue and they invariably lose the argument, they then use their financial base again, because the left... Democrats have been the party of corporate America for quite some time. Like, the whole idea of Republicans as being the corporate party. They are to a degree, but it's flip-flop to a large degree. Mostly Democrats are the party of corporations now. So they invariably use that financial base against you. So,
but no, I mean, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
I mean, did you actually hear what he said?
What was the exact... Yeah, go ahead and tell me the exact...
He would love...
Because I've seen, like, the headline, but I haven't...
He wants to criminalize or censor certain speech and hate speech. But he says the First Amendment gets in the way of that.
Yeah, something like that.
Let me tell you something, Ted. The First Amendment isn't what's getting in your way.
Yeah, no shit.
The Second Amendment is what's getting in your way, buddy.
Yes, sir. Well, what protects the first? The second guarantees the rest.
Eben Nocht donates $20. Thank you very much. Hi, Razor. If you put your personal convictions before your friendships, what do you stand to gain? I'm worried about being alone, but I'm tired of being labeled as a bad guy for expressing my politics. It's an unfair muzzle.
If people are unpersoning you for your politics, those are probably people you don't want to be around anyway, honestly. Like, I've found those kind of people usually aren't. If you... You know, I have lots of friends that are left-wing, and it's never an issue if they're just mature human beings. You know what I mean? If they're not pieces of shit. Okay, yeah, it's down there. How the fuck? Can I get up there? I might be able to. Yeah, let's jump up here and see if there's maybe another way around. Not quite. Wish you could do a double kill or something.
Is it an upgrade, maybe?
Only a ninja can stop a ninja.
Eek. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
Claire Bear says, do you think that Mike Pence's rule, not being alone with a woman, is going to become more relevant?
It should be a standard at this point with all the false allegations. Shit.
Relevant in a post-Me Too era.
Definitely.
I will say Pence was right. It seems that old Republican sexists actually respect the women, male feminist Avanti, not so much.
Yep, totally agree. Talk about one guy who looks less and less crazy by the minute.
Danny numero 6 says, Have you ever seen the movie Das Boot?
Well, what the fuck is she doing? No, I haven't.
Highly recommend if you haven't seen it. One of the best World War II films ever made, and offers an interesting take from the Germans' perspective.
How the fuck do I... where do I turn these off?
Dylan Killen says, if you could remove one person from history, excluding Hitler, Stalin, Chairman Mao, who would it be and why? Question for you both. Marx.
Yeah,
there
absolutely.
you go.
No, definitely Marx. Actually, I think I was asked this question a couple weeks ago, and I gave that answer. Marx, because it gives this sort of intellectual artifice to a ghoulish fucking idea. And make no mistake, the ghoulish ideas are in Marx. They're not in Stalin. Stalin is just the ghoulish ideas put into ghoulish practice. Like, where the fuck is this bullshit? I'm not seeing, like, any generator I can shut off. Anything like that. Yikes! Luckily, I'm a super ninja. Ah!
Marshall Valenta says, the worst part about commies is that you did everything the Nazis did, and sometimes worse, yet they can persist instead of being shunned like Nazis. Well, I think it's because they claim to be for the people and uniting, and, you know. If you hide behind some bullshit.
Yep. I'll be right back here.
And while he takes a small break, I will re-emphasize that even though we did skip some of your super chats, we do still have them on a list. We will get to the older ones eventually. But we're pushing through the newer ones, and we are catching up, thankfully. At the end of the stream, we'll go back and read all the ones that we missed. And how are you all doing tonight? I know I'm fantastic. No, I haven't got the Fist of the North Star game yet. I mean, Red Dead's really occupying all my time. Then I've got to go back to Spider-Man. Then I want to hit up Warriors of Orochi 4. There's a lot on my plate.
Okay.
Weather's actually really good here right now. It was a crisp 60 degrees outside.
God damn it. Okay, is it down here?
I just heard something. Checking it out.
You're gonna end up in Japanese hell. A disgrace to your ancestors.
No, it's never not funny.
Where... I mean, this is where I need to go, but it's I don't know where this fucking generator is the problem.
There's nothing here.
There's gotta be a generator.
Primarch Sanguinius says, what is your favorite game this year?
Of the year?
I got him.
Ooh! Probably, maybe BattleTech. BattleTech or Kingdom Come Deliverance, one of those.
Kingdom Come is a good choice.
I mean, there is some good stuff this year. This is a much better year than last year. Last year was fucking dull on the gaming front. Yeah, this ain't possible. I do not know. There's gotta be some kind of generator here that I'm not seeing.
People are saying use the smoke bombs. I don't know what they're talking about. Supply stash smoke bombs.
Oh, I see. That's weird. It didn't... Well, okay. Oops. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I forgot you could use those. Yoink.
Walrus Aurelius, welcome back, sir. Trump wins when he's a brawler. This whole Jared Ivanka daddy you promised me a pony nationalism will sink him. Can Sabaton say the N-word?
What? Not if they're on a stream with a bunch of trolls who are already using it.
If we follow him, he'll leave.
This whole precedent, by the way, where people quote other people and they say a bad word while they're quoting them and they get in trouble, like this shit that happened of the fucking guy from Papa John's. Yeah. Fucking... I don't really support boycotts, but I do support not supporting companies that shit on me and my fucking politics. That I don't want to give money to companies that fucking hate me, so fuck if I'll ever buy another Papa John's pizza. Fuck them in the ass.
You, come with me.
Yikes. Oh, wow. Can't believe I got away with that.
Closer.
The last asks, what are some of Elric's abilities?
He doesn't really have a whole lot of abilities. He has... Stop me if you heard this one before. He has something called Witch Sight. They talk about that in, fucking... You can shut up now, notification. He has something called Witch Sight that he uses in Bane of the Black Sword to see, he sees ethereal... He can see things better, and he can see ethereal entities that can't be visible with the naked eye. Like, there were a bunch of soldiers around him, and he was using Witch Sight, and he could see gods fighting in the sky, if I remember correctly. It was either in the Vanishing Tower or Bane of the Black Sword, so that's one of his abilities. Again, stop me if you've heard that one before. And other than that, honestly, it's more about his disadvantages than his advantages. He uses potions, not just to extend his life. He actually only uses the potions to help him, like, because he's weak or frail or whatever, to sustain his life. He only does that for one book, and then a portion of, I think, Bane of the Black Sword later on, like the second to last book, he uses potions. For the rest of the time, he uses Stormbringer. Stormbringer's basically his superpower. Stormbringer sucks the souls out of his fucking enemies and gives the power to him. So that would definitely be his main ability. He also can do magic, although the extent of his magical abilities is exaggerated somewhat. If in his Revenge of the... I think it was in Revenge of the Rose, he talks about, like, how magic doesn't come easily to him anymore. Here we go. So it's mostly about his... With Elric, it's more about the disadvantages of the character than the advantages.
Merlin's Jester says, how much
what am I
lifeblood
doing?
do we need to donate to get an XCOM Razor stream? Feeling like you...
I do have a bunch of XCOM games. Actually, I think one of my fans gifted me a bunch of those a long time ago on Steam.
Feeling like you'd love setting up ambushes and turning cyber discs into molten slag.
I probably would. They seem like fun games. And I have a bunch of them. I think the only one I don't have is the most recent one.
Minarchist says, have you read Anarchy, State, and Utopia by Nozick?
I have not.
Tyler Preston says, hello, gentlemen. Happy holidays. Razor, in your Alan Moore video, you said how Watchmen is kind of shit. Please elaborate.
Keep an eye out, okay?
Extreme. So a lot of people, when the movie came out, were like, oh man, this pacing is so bad. Like, Zack Snyder, how could you be so bad at pacing? But the thing they don't understand is, like, he was totally following the graphic novel. Like, it's just a badly paced graphic novel is really the long and short of it. And that would be the main fault in Watchmen, is it's so leisurely paced. It's so indulgent.
Dog smells trouble. Keep an eye out.
It's also kind of like the idea, like the core concept behind it also wasn't that original even when it came out. The fuck happened? God damn, you fucking... The idea of who's watching superheroes, like, gosh, I wonder if they're going to go crazy, is not that original. You can read the old pulps, and there's a bunch of fucking stories where, there's several shadow stories, in fact, where, like, a vigilante or a crime fighter will turn out to be a bad guy or something like that. That's not an original idea. That's not original at all. It's just like he presented it in this incredibly pretentious fashion, and the media lapped it up, so it was like, wow, this is like the first time this has ever been done. It's a very unoriginal concept.
Also, hear how the SJWs are saying the Baby It's Cold Outside song is about date rape?
What the fuck was that? It just went through a solid object. That was classy.
Something getting to the vents? Who check that out, will ya?
And finally, opinions on the Dresden Files.
Never really paid attention to it, so...
Rui Vasquez says, Razor reading donations and playing at the same time. Is this the Razor clone that can be multitask? Or that can multitask?
No.
No, I just basically pointed the phone at him.
Yeah, okay. All right, this fucking sucks. Well, as you can see, I'm not doing it very well, so...
Kenneth Canatelli says, thoughts on Cody Wilson, Defense Distributed Patreon.
Don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Demaster says, oh, and thank you again for the 20. Demaster says, is your only aversion to Detect Pikachu Ryan Reynolds? And who do you think would be a better suited for the role, aside from Alex Jones?
No, it's not my only aversion. My other aversion is that terrible CGI. I don't get why you would want a live-action CGI Pokemon movie. It's a fucking anime. Like, how did that work out for Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, I literally don't get what anyone is hyped about with fucking that movie. I don't get it at all.
And of course, everyone knows the correct answer is Danny DeVito.
Right. In fairness, that's the correct answer for everything. Whoa! What was that?
That one was good.
Okay, so I guess I have to kill 6 of these a-holes? Did I already get a few? I guess.
Tom Fenton would like to ask you a question. Here, I'll let you read it.
Okay, Tom Fenton. Good evening, Razor and T Boogie. Have you ever heard of the YouTube channel 1791L, now 1791? If so, what are your thoughts on them? Do you support them? I do. I think they're awesome. I've watched a number of their videos, and from what I understand, they're a fan of mine as well. They've commented on a number of my videos. Yeah, cool. Everything I've seen from them is good. And I'm a subscriber, and I like them. And you should check them out.
Garrett Wilson.
They just do like political videos, kind of video essay type things.
Garrett Wilson donated 20. Thank you very much. Who would you choose to be in your perfect dual guitar power metal band?
Let's see. I mean, the problem is you need someone who's actually... Like, I love certain guitarists, but they wouldn't be great in a band. Like, I love Yngwie Malmsteen, but fuck if he's gonna be in a band. Even though he's a great influence on power metal, and he's fucking awesome. Or like Richie Blackmore, who's also an influence on power metal, but, you know, good luck getting him to do anything in a band situation now. Although he is doing Rainbow again, in fairness. Oh, let's see here. And I'm not super familiar with a lot of power metal guitarists. I mean, I guess... You know, I know kind of some of the big names like Matt Sinner and shit like that. Matt Sinner's more of a rhythm guitarist. Oh, how do we... Yeah.
Alex Seekman says...
Kill 6. Okay, I only have one more to go.
When is Henry going to get his revenge?
Hey, visual in front of
What the
Kingdom Come Deliverance?
That is the second time that shit has happened.
Kingdom
A prompt
Come
has come up, and I have hit the fucking button, and it's punched instead of killed the guy.
Oh.
That pisses me off, because it alerts the guards. Like, it fucks me over.
Is it a question of, or a matter of, rather, a one button to rule them all? Like
A little bit, yeah, because you attack with the same button that you kill with.
Just like interact and jump are the same button in Final Fantasy 15.
Yep. Or fucking Red Dead. Red Dead 2 has some really bad one button to rule them all syndrome going on. Okay.
The tracking device is in that office,
Here we go.
and it's heavily guarded. We'll have to find another way around.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. That is Kelly Who, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
He continued, Kingdom Come Deliverance literally ended on a cliffhanger. If they are never going to show the end, then I am going to be very disappointed.
Well, no, that's the thing. They won't have to end. Dude, they'll be able to finish the cliffhanger because I believe they get into the Crusades. If we're looking at the time period, then it should be the very beginnings of the Crusades coming up next anyways. So you wouldn't have to leave that cliffhanger unanswered.
Iveru says, do you like MMO? I think early 2000 was the best time for MMO.
Yeah, same here. I was a big fan of Asheron's Call. That was my MMO back in the day.
He does list a couple. Dark Age of Camelot, Final Fantasy XI, Asheron's Call, Star Wars Galaxies, and much, much more. All MMO
Star Wars Galaxies was so underrated. You know, it really got a lot of shit when it came out. A lot of people bitched about certain things. Those people got what they wanted, and it made the game worse. Like, in the very beginning, it was super hard to become a Jedi in Star Wars Galaxies. And so, as sort of a placative gesture, they made it super easy to become a Jedi. And that that basically killed Star Wars Galaxies. There were just a million Jedi running around, and it was really, really fucking lame. It goes to show you, like, sometimes a little less fun makes the fun you have better. You know what I mean?
All MMO release pre-WoW was so much better.
Yeah, WoW really changed the game in terms of MMOs.
People are saying lever?
Yeah. I'm not getting this. What the fuck is going on with this? I don't know if there's another lever that I need to pull or what the fuck.
Seeking origin of a Gulf Poo taco stand.
It'd probably be good to look at the chat because they're probably telling me what to do.
Go down. Scream Jesus when you pull it. What?
Scream Jesus!
Down first.
Down first.
Seeking Origin says, why doesn't...
Oh! There's another down area, I guess, that I missed.
Why doesn't the ERA 65 cover political viewpoint?
I don't know, but, you know, as much as I hate government regulation, it's looking like there's going to have to be some kind of regulation of politicization of payment systems and such. I don't see any other way you can pull it off. Otherwise, they're just going to keep taking advantage.
He continues, it covers religion and my list of objective differences between religious values and political values is as long as Samantha Bee's list of good jokes. Oh my god, I'm gonna slaughter this. Bogue says, with a Jingle Bells theme.
Let me know when Samantha Bee tells her first joke, by the way.
Hashiri sori yo kaze no yuni suki mahiro wo padoru. Probably fucking slaughtered that.
Oh yeah. Slaughtered it, but good.
Blasting Blue says, Razor, will you ever do a counter monkey-ish series?
I don't have a ton of RPG stories, so probably not. But I would love to play some BattleTech on, like do an actual tabletop stream. Oh fuck, that was my bad. I shouldn't have done that. I needed his body. Give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Daisy Ridley's acting talent. Huh, there you are. Were there any concerts...
Someone found it.
Were there any concerts you didn't want to go to, but were dragged to, or almost dragged to?
Yeah, I mean, quite a few. But, like, all when I was a little kid, you know, when you can't really say no. You know, just, like, pop music and stuff like that. You know, because you're a kid, you don't have a choice.
Show yourself.
Okay. Ooh, right in the frickin' throat.
Iron Confed says, California needs to get a Teddy Roosevelt-style busting. The state of Jefferson needs to...
Yeah, gang, you gotta understand this, and I'm, you know, you guys know I'm about as right-wing as they come. But part of conservatism is also trust busting. There's nothing anti-conservative about busting a fucking trust. Teddy Roosevelt busted the living shit out of some trusts, and folks, we got some trusts going on in the online space. No question. No question. Whoa.
He continues, the state of Jefferson needs to break out before the rest exit into further insanity.
Jesus.
Yama Happy says...
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Jesus. They don't fuck around.
Damn. And he plans on playing Ghost Mode in Hitman 2 with Terran on a stream.
I haven't fucked around with Ghost Mode yet. Is it any good?
I don't know what it is. Holy shit.
God. Fucking impossible. No. Ah, shit. I think you have to actually dangle. There we are. Game is cool. Even when you know a game's good when you're losing and it's still fucking fun.
Daisy Ridley's acting talent donates again and says, have you ever voted for Democratic candidates?
Steal it from him.
No, usually if I don't vote for the Republican, I'll just vote in a bullshit candidate or something. I'll just write in something. Because, oh! Chopped his hand off. And
that was a quick snap.
So ends his longest romantic relationship.
They're coming. Run.
Ooh, can I actually kill the dog? Can I? damn it. That was my bad. I hit the wrong button.
Ah.
I hit Y instead of X. That was my bad. Damn it, Duke! I am using the Duke controller, by the way.
Move it out of the way.
Woo! Okay. Let's try that again with not fucking up. So that guy just turns around automatically when you do that, which is kind of bullshit. Fucking ugh, the prompt wouldn't come up. Thank you, finally. Peasant's death. I mean, it's supposed to be a negative thing, but peasant's death just makes you want to do that. Aw, the damn thing won't open. But fortunately, now the elevator shaft is unobstructed. Oh, come on. I can't stick to the damn door.
Dylan Killen says, man, I loved your Sabaton music mythos. I find it sad that Ozzy left in 93, but I think that Black
Sabbath mythos.
Oh. No, he said Sabaton.
Oh, God.
But I think that Blackie Lawless made a much better vocalist for the early 2000s when he took over.
What the fuck are you talking?
Favorite Sabaton era?
I think it's the go fuck yourself with a rusty salad fork era. Oh, Jesus! Well, that went well. Try that again. Oh, this part. I remember this part. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jesus!
God.
Whoa!
This reminds me of Mega Man.
Woo! Oh, yeah. No, it reminds me of Ninja Gaiden. Game can get hard on occasion. Jesus. Holy buckets. There's another area down here.
Good luck getting to it.
I thought I had before. I'm not gonna risk it. An awful lot of armored lights here. All right, doggy. Hey, you! On the other side of the solid object.
Huh.
Da, da, da. Oh, ooh. That'll fucking get the blood pumping. Jesus. Let that dog go do his fucking nonsense. I'll just chill on the other side here. Turn around. Turn around. I don't trust your flashlight to not glitch and reveal me or something. Okay.
This is tough, man.
No shit.
I hope you realize I'm holding off on the questions just so you can concentrate and get past this.
This is a bit much. Holy God. Okay. All right. Shut up, birds. Birds are possessed by Satan, by the way, just for the record.
Now he can't get away from us.
And, did you want to call it there and get past these, questions, or you want to keep going?
Let's do some more questions. We might play a little more, though.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do some of those. Where?
I left off on the BioWare question, so you might need to,
Yeah, I'll just look. All right. I don't see that.
Yeah. Fucking Streamlabs.
It's not in here either. What'd you leave off on?
It's the one that was talking about BioWare, and then I got off and talk about Dragon Age 4.
Commie Nazis. Here we go. Okay. Sargon. This is McBain under attack by... That was when you stopped.
Yeah.
Evan Rose, without spoiling it for those who didn't read, what did you think about the White Wolf twist? The one at the very end? I thought it was kind of interesting. I suspect it's not as much of a twist as they're making it out to be, but it's a good little way to have a cliffhanger. I'm interested to see what happens. The great thing about those Elric graphic novels is they haven't just been doing exactly what the books did. So you get a different story, but it's still familiar enough that it doesn't feel like a betrayal of the original story. Best Way Killer, any chance we could get a Rageaholic Cinema of the kick-ass Sho Kosugi flick, Rage of Honor? The one I want to do is... Just a second. The fuck is that movie again? It's a good one. Pray for Death. That's the one I want to fucking do. That one fucking... That rules. Let's see here. Filipino white boy. So I just watched The Naked Gun 3 again, and I just realized Mark Alimo has a cameo. He's a trucker who pervs on Priscilla Presley, reminded of Ducat. Yeah, Mark Alimo is in like so many movies you've seen, but he was just one of those guys who he would just pop in every now and then to be like a thug or a sleazeball or whatever. DS9 was kind of a high watermark for him in a weird way. Apparently he has issues with like, I forget if it was like drugs or alcohol, or he's had some issues over the years. Salamanders Marines, what are your thoughts on folk metal? Garbage. BoJack Outlaw. Hey, Razor. Sorry I won't be able to watch the stream tonight. I have to go to work early tomorrow for mandatory inventory day. I fucking hate inventory. And tomorrow forecast is cold as hell. But thankfully, I have a new Razor Force shirt to keep me warm. Godspeed, and we're going to try, by the way, to do our event. If anyone knows how to make like a private server or something, we either want to do Red Dead 2 together with you guys, posse up and do some Red Dead 2. That unfortunately would only be for people who have PS4. Or we want to do MechWarrior Online, which I like the idea, even though that game sucks ass through a straw. I like the idea of doing it because it's free. The game is free, so you guys don't have to fuck around with buying a game for that one. So if any of you guys know how to do like a private server thing on that, that'd be fucking great, because I really want to do a Razor Force hangout. We might stream it, although it'd probably lag quite a bit, so maybe we wouldn't. I don't know. It depends. But yeah, Godspeed, and thanks for that. Mal Roadkill, Ronin Fist and Tentacle Boogie. Have you ever watched the Western The Silent Stranger, where a gunfighter ends up fighting samurai in Japan? No, that sounds badass.
That sounds amazing.
Stealth Creations, with symbolism of regulatory attire like the yellow vest in France being used, do you believe protest movements could use same or need different symbols? No, I think that's perfectly effective. Whatever symbol is effective works. Like Occupy and the stupid fucking Guy Fawkes masks that don't even mean what they think it means. You know, whatever it is, as long as it gets people associating it with the movement. And then the great thing is you can change the symbol when there's like a negative association with it. Alevice, just got done at the gym listening to Accept Stalingrad. For some reason, it always reminds me that there are unkilled commies in the world.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a... That's probably my least favorite of the modern Accept albums. I don't know. There's a lot of people who have said Rise of Chaos is the least good. The thing about those people is they're wrong. I think Stalingrad is the weakest, personally. Kind of the longest songs and not as catchy. Dylan Killen, Seinfeld voice. What is the deal with Sabaton? It's not a Saba. It's not a ton. Wakia Leon. I saw Obsidian's trailer for Outer World, and I gotta say, it's not really grabbing me. The game is giving me an Ego Trip Bethesda vibe. What the fuck does that mean? Wasteland 3 is grabbing me more, to be honest, so I'm feeling an exile. Well, as long as you're getting grabbed. Parlock 480, thoughts on the new Clint Eastwood movie? Whatever.
I don't know anything
I'm glad
about
Clint Eastwood's in it, but, you know, it's not really a Clint Eastwood-y feeling movie.
I don't deal with psychos. I put him away.
Thank you, Cope Ready. Darth Dragon, hello, RazörFist and Terangel. Have you read DC Comics Kingdom Come? What do you think of Alex Ross's art? I think his art's awesome. Become a Ninja Slayer and Godspeed, sir. I don't like Kingdom Come at all. I think the story is complete fucking dog shit, personally. But the art's awesome. I actually like the other Alex Ross series that he did for Marvel. Marvels? That one doesn't get mentioned enough. It's kind of an interesting series where you see Marvel superheroes, but you see them from the ground, from like the perspective of the bystanders. And it's sort of painted in a photorealistic way, so it kind of lends to the idea of it being... It's almost like a documentary or something. Really interesting. I always liked Marvels. That's one that doesn't get mentioned much for some reason. Ruben Burke. Microsoft invests in first-party studios, better hardware, and presence in Japan, but fanboys keep saying no games. Hardware sales are nice, but Sony is Yeah, they totally are coasting. Sony is kind of where Microsoft were a few years ago, where they were like, oh, we're on top and we always will be, so we don't have to try anymore. And you keep telling yourselves that as Nintendo gets closer and closer. keep saying it. By the way, remember when they were supposed to hit the PS2 sales mark? What was it, 150 million units? Remember they were supposed to hit that within 4 years? Remember that? Remember how they're, like, barely over halfway there in the same period?
Pepperidge Farms, remember?
Yeah. Daisy Ridley's acting talent. Thoughts on the band Symphony X? Not a fan. Sam Kevorkian, speaking ninjas, have you played The Messenger, and if so, what do you think of it, and how does it compare to Ninja Gaiden on the NES? I never played The Messenger, but Ninja Gaiden is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's relatively new. It looks really cool.
James Bursey. I'm Rex Power Colt, and I approve this video game. Guns make me safe. Bigger guns make me safer. Dylan Killen, here's a joke. 3 Nazis walk into a bar, then the soldier reloads. What's the absolute worst joke you can think of?
I think that...
Go get the book.
God, where's the book?
It's behind you. It's on the top of the thing. Terrangel's going to tell a shitty joke in a minute.
All right.
Kartik Isola, do you think Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a threat to the GOP? I think she's more of a threat than a lot of people on the right are giving her credit for, but she's also an emperor without any clothing, so it doesn't take much. I think Republicans should take the opposite tack. They should take her super seriously so that she's forced to defend her ideas on a national stage, because that's when she looks the weakest. So don't dismiss her, debate her, because that's when she looks the worst. Don't do the Shapiro, I challenge you to a debate that you'll never show up to. That's fucking Kyle Kalinske bullshit. That's what he did with Ann Coulter. Hey, show up for a debate that you'll never show up for because no one's ever fucking heard of me and I have no fucking subscribers on YouTube. Like, what the... Who cares? You're gonna get ignored, right? But take her seriously in the sense that you just... regard her as a political figure, because the more she is compared to normal politicians, the worse she fucking looks.
Yeah.
Republican talking heads can't shut up about her, and it makes me think she could be DNC Trump. If you continue to behave that way, she will become DNC Trump. Because remember, Trump was propped up as a paper tiger against Hillary. The DNC leaks proved that. The DNC and the media used connections in the media to prop Trump up because they thought he would be easier to beat. So Hillary fucked herself in the ass on that one. Don't make the same mistake. Just debate her and move on.
Hey, RazörFist. What's a leper in a bathtub?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Stew.
Danny numero 6. Don't know if you talked about this already, but how do you feel about the Paul Goldschmidt trade? As a Giants fan, I couldn't be happier, LOL. It seems like the D-backs are in rebuilding mode. I think what's happening is, for those who don't know, first off, I think it's actually a good trade. And it's good for the Cardinals. Cardinals have no idea what a good player they just got. They look at his numbers and they're like salivating. Oh my God, Paul Goldschmidt. Holy fucking shit. But you guys don't get, like, you're getting like a fucking gent. Goldschmidt not only has crazy numbers, he's like an unbelievable dude. Like, he does crazy amounts of charity work. He's no ego whatsoever. There's never been a negative story about the guy. We were so lucky to have him in Arizona. He was awesome, and I wish him, nothing but the best, even though he's not a Diamondback anymore. Cardinals are so fucking lucky to have him. But I don't think Goldschmidt was a great leader. I don't think he was a team captain, and it's great because now he gets to go to the Cardinals, who already have stars, so he doesn't have to be the captain. So I think he'll do better. I think the Diamondbacks can now look for a captain, because Goldschmidt choked in crucial situations when he had the whole team on his back. Now he doesn't have to do that anymore. So I think it's actually good, believe it or not, for Arizona. It just depends on who they get to replace him.
Hey, Razor.
Yes?
What do you get when an epileptic falls into a lettuce patch? Seizure salad.
Oh, come on!
And that's the last one.
Come on! You're damn right it's the last one. Jesus! Wargame341, what do you call an Asian kid who is bad at math? An orphan. Why can't two Asians have a white baby? Because two Wongs don't make a white. Sorry, let me reorient myself. All right, Owen Hart's Zipline Adventure. With Jack Conte and Jack Dorsey trying to out-jack each other with how pure their platforms are, is it safe to say that Silicon Valley has officially become a jack-off? All right. Dayton Pfeiffer. Thanks again for getting me hooked up on Elric, RazörFist. Enjoyed your recent Elric video, and I'll be getting the new Elric comics soon. Sweet, and Volume 4 is coming out next year, which I'm really excited for. Parlock 480, who's a bigger douchebag, Kerry King or douchebag Daryl? Definitely Kerry King. Howling Fang 6258. Hey Razor, are you a fan of Alternate History Hub? Never even heard of it. The Dom Bear just donates $20 and has an unsettling name. Black Metal Gamer, tribute album idea, Black Sabaton. Genius!
Jesus.
All right, what is this meme that stands before me? Paul Bartel just got in. Have you talked about Channel Awesome's new text... No. Channel Awesome's. CA's, California's new text tax. Wow. I am on the internet too much, folks. I see CA and I automatically assume it's Channel Awesome. Although I wouldn't put it past him. California's new text tax. Yeah,
Did that actually pass?
I'm never surprised by a new tax. Here's a fun one. Now that Arizona is California's fucking appendix, here's a nice little tax that got snuck in. So I had to renew the tags on my car. And normally it's like $20 to $30. First off, fuck that law. Fuck the fact that you have to renew your fucking car. The government doesn't have the power or authority to fucking do it. It's unconstitutional, always fucking has been. And the number one area where Americans have handed over their constitutional liberty is not fucking guns, it's not freedom of speech, it's fucking cars! Which is why it's ironic that when people say, hey, I just want guns to be regulated by cars, okay, that's illegal! We shouldn't be allowing it, and we shouldn't have allowed it. It's a fucking artifact from the 1920s, which is the decade, for some reason, where everyone handed over their fucking liberty. I don't know why, whatever. It should not be constitutionally allowed. So anyways, I go to fucking renew my tags on my fucking car. And it normally costs $20, $30. This time, it costs $75. And I checked the fucking receipt. There's like almost a $50 friendly highways tax. and I look this up, it's a tax for, quote, highway troopers and state troopers and maintaining the freeways. You know, shit we already fucking pay for. Like, what the fuck? You just added a fucking additional tax for shit that we already pay. Anyways, so yeah, fun times. And by the way, the fucking governor, Doug Ducey, he when he signed that fucking law, when he cucked out to Red for Ed, talk about an appropriately named movement. When he cucked out to those Red for Ed asshats, he said at the time, there will not be any more new taxes along with this. Bullshit! Bullshit. So yeah, fun times. They snuck that one in there, and they never put it up for a vote, by the way. Delete System 32 says, New York is primed for war with upstate having no reps. Yeah, they really have none. Stealth Creations. I'm thinking of investing in Poland/Hungary industries / projects in the midst of Western Europeans moving and rebuilding there. What areas would you wager would be best to look at in Hungary/Poland? I've never been there. So I couldn't tell you. I like some of the things Poland is doing. However, they do heavily subsidize industry, and that's usually a recipe for disaster in the long run. Some Guy 2300, best early Darkthrone song. I really like In the Shadow of the Horns. I think my favorite is To Walk the Infernal Fields. Will S., did Sabaton do Thought Audit, and how did George Bush Sr. feel about it? What? The Dom Bear again. Finally figured this out. Okay, I was passing through Arizona dropping off a load through Route 66 and wanted to know if your fists are made of razors or do they pop out like Wolverine. Maybe shoot them out. Your Razor Fist, Godspeed. No? Gareth Schneider. Razor, thanks for introducing me to Tony Martin era Sabbath. Your thoughts on Peter Baltus leaving Accept? Yeah, I don't know. Something's going on there. I'm wondering if maybe Peter was not liking the symphonic stuff. For those who haven't been paying attention, Accept has been playing with symphony orchestras lately at these events, and it's actually pretty cool. It actually works, but I'm wondering if maybe Peter wasn't on board with that, because it seems like it happened right after they started doing that, but who knows?
Real quick, Howling Fang wants to know the name of the book that I read the joke from. It is called Truly Tasteless Jokes by Blanche Knott. That's Knott. Right. And there are several. I need to find the others.
Owen Hart's Zipline Adventure donates again. By the way, I had to spell their names weird because Super Chat won't let me post their names. It just says message not sent, edit and try again. But it's their names that triggers the denial. Fuck. Gosh, it's like trying to name your horse in Red Dead. Conroy JJ. DY, did you know Mobius did the Japanese Panzer Dragoon cover? Yes, he did, and he also helped design a lot of the characters and environments.
Wow, really?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Kazekami, so how long until the EU starts to unravel, do you think? Look what's happening now. Does this not
most of it's on fire.
Does this strike you as the beginnings of synergy? Charvel, we already read that one because he donated 100, I believe.
Oh, so did we catch up?
No. Garjon, tried any more Clay games? Invisible Ink is good. No, I haven't, but I do have Invisible Ink on PS4. I just haven't tried it yet. Game King 40, thoughts on Rotting Christ? Not a fan. Big Fat Man, thoughts on the Cinema Snob and his friends? Whatever. Not my fucking thing. Windy Wave, hey, you slimy ninja wielding wildies. What Armored Core games would you recommend? Any I should avoid? That is a question for T Boogie.
Oh, Another Age was great, if a bit stiff. Mm-hmm. Actually, all those PS2 games are really good.
Mm-hmm.
The newer ones, I was kind of on. Like, 4, I heard, was okay. But the ones after that, a couple of the later ones were okay. What the fuck one was it? Verdict Day. And I think the one before it were okay. But I love the PS2 era. Those games were amazing. Did we catch up?
No, there's more.
Would you care for a sip of this Riesling Spatschlis? It belonged to Otto von Bismarck.
Oh boy.
I traded a cargo
More Russia.
just to see how it would taste.
So, how is it?
A bit
Can you tell I am evil?
Men in the field were waiting for that body armor.
Who holds a glass like that but evil bastards?
so.
And he's Russian.
And he's Russian.
Look, we've got a problem.
And he's standing in front of a big open window in a skyscraper. In a high-back chair.
Maybe so, but they pack a punch. This one.
All he needs to do is steeple his fingers.
He's slipping past all.
Oh, you know it's coming.
No drama.
He's just one man. And he should only need one bullet. I want you to take care of him. Personally.
Yes, sir.
That means kill him. The Winged Hussarian Tower.
But it's under heavy guard.
Alright. It's a glandular problem.
If we can set that building on fire, the blaze will draw every guard in the complex.
You might call it a standalone complex.
Sawayama Castle, right? That may have been hundreds of years ago.
Right.
But this really isn't that different.
Walkia Lion says, I have to ask a serious question. Do you lift, bros? Seriously, though, do you two think that it might be best at this point to have a civil war and just rip this Band-Aid right off, or no?
What does it do?
You know, you've got a situation where the media have been cultivating the differences within Americans for everything from ratings to the acquisition of political power. At a certain point, it's going to become an inevitability.
Another equipment.
And now that we're at a juncture where discussion has been denied, what other recourse is there? Like, what can you even do at a certain point?
Stefan Molyneux recently posted, when people stop talking, people start fighting.
Yeah. And it's true.
Never So Clever As This says, did you hear about the Static X tour and final album? Most of the old band seems to be back, so my hopes are high.
How do you do that without
Static, right?
How the fuck?
Godspeed, you metal maniacs.
Yeah, I don't see that working.
Not
I mean,
to
I
be
guess
in-
people would probably show, but still.
Not to be in bad taste, but I can think of at least one person that's not going to show up. Barlock says, Def Leppard is so bad, they have to cover Depeche Mode.
Alright, get over here. Now that's a trash can. Why can I not just chuck the body in the trash can? Really? I mean, really.
Watch out for those sensors. They can catch
Whoa!
your twitch. So when they sweep across you, stand still.
Can you not take it out?
I don't think so.
That is a really fast lockpick.
Definitely. Okay.
Satan Doctor says, can we ever undo what Prez Johnson did? Especially when what he's done to blacks and the middle class.
In increments, it can be done. But the idea that it would go back to how it was before President Johnson, probably an impossibility. In increments, though, you can undo a lot of the damage. Absolutely.
This was the Count's idea.
Whew, that was close.
They took a swipe at us first. You know how it goes. They hit first, we hit last.
And some of the damage is starting to be undone. Just a little bit. Like I said, all you can really do is clear up some of the damage. I don't think you're ever gonna get it back how it was.
Steven Seagal says, Making yourself fly is the hardest kind of acting there is. Because everybody on the set's gotta believe in you. But there's always that one scumbag that doesn't believe. Falls off building. Minarchus says, what are your favorite Steiner pipe bombs in WCW?
Oh god, the Ric Flair promo. We just watched it.
Yeah, we actually watched a few before the stream started.
We watched the Ric Flair pipe bomb that he did. Because WCW sucks! God damn, I love Scott Steiner. And Rick Steiner does not get enough credit. Rick Steiner was over like fucking Rover back in the day. He was so fucking over. And he could cut a promo too, just like Scott. Scott Steiner was a fucking man. Or Rick Steiner was a man. Both of them are.
David NS84 says, I don't think it'll happen, but I hope Trump doesn't go soft. Thoughts?
Yeah, same here. I mean, I think he's gotten some of his worst advice from his daughter and his son-in-law. His sons seem perfectly fine, but his daughter and her husband, not so fucking much.
Garrett Wilson says, The Dresden Files is a book series about a wizard detective in Chicago that solves supernatural crimes. I've listened to all the audiobooks at least twice, and I cannot recommend them highly enough.
Sweet.
Wasn't it also an old TV series? I thought it was.
Ooh, there we go.
Garrett Wilson says again, James Marsters does the narration for the entire Dresden Files audiobooks. Jesus.
Here we go.
And he is fantastic. I can't see...
Remember when he was in things?
I can't imagine anybody else doing it better. Give me 1 second here.
Oh, bloody hell.
You're letting me loose?
We've got pipes, vents. We could use these to start a fire. A big fire.
Yeah! But we didn't start the fire.
Only a ninja can stop a ninja.
Yeah! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, there we go. Can I? Yes.
Mute Gamer says, not saying Old Republic was a good game, just that the stories were fun. A couple of questions. What is your opinion on DC's Kingdom Come? I think we already addressed that. And do you think a game based in the time of Vlad the Impaler, done in the vein of Kingdom Come Deliverance, would work? That would be interesting.
Could be.
The gas is leaking. Now we need to spread it throughout the building. Go find the vents that lead up from the basement and open them wide. 3
All right, bud. Come over here.
Opening more will make a bigger distraction.
Oh, they would have to give him 2 switches. Come on, bish. Get your ass over here. Damn it. Come on, douche canoe.
Let's move on.
Yeah!
Mercenary X21 says, I beta tested both Ashran's Call 1 and 2. Also, Detective Pikachu is mixed for me. I will see it once, so it is a F you to the other movies I hate with a boner. Also, did you change the Streamlabs username? All my old links are dead.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I know,
It's right there on the screen, actually.
Yeah, Streamlabs, I think like a month ago.
Streamlabs changed it for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They randomly changed it. It's kind of weird. But whatever. We figured out what happened, so. All right.
Daisy Ridley's acting talent says, most overrated household pet.
Hold on. Parrot.
Parrot?
Oh, parrots are the fucking worst, dude. Any kind of, like, Amazon bird, any kind of big bird, they're fucking terrible.
You know what?
All they do is eat and scream and shit.
Yeah, birds as a whole.
It's like having a bad
pet.
wife.
Yeah.
They are terrible.
Inferno Chill says, speaking of trusts, both PayPal and Stripe told Subscribestar to piss off within 48 hours.
Yup.
Leaving it to try and search for a new payment processor.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the new future.
That's what I was talking about earlier when I said, you know, we're literally going to have to create our own financial base.
Well, shit, T-Dog says. Any chance for a Mass Effect stream? Godspeed.
Damn it. How do I do this? Yeah, definitely possible. I have it on Steam, so...
Hey, he's out in front of me.
Damn it! Fuck!
Just here. Where is he?
This is some bullshit.
Andromeda, that's the best one, right? No.
I've got Mass Effect 1 and 2 on Steam.
I would love to do one.
Clear here.
Yeah, I really like... And I'm not really familiar with the PC version of Mass Effect, which I understand has a lot of the elements that were cut from the... You remember that 2006 demo?
Yeah.
Where you could move around your guys and what have you in real time in combat. From what I understand, they added a lot of that stuff back in the PC version.
I wonder if there are any mods.
I imagine so, yeah.
Tom Fenton says, first off, you ever notice that Glenn Beck and Ben Shapiro remind you guys of Yogi Bear and Boo Boo? Also, thoughts on Van Halen, specifically Eddie.
Eddie Van Halen, amazing guitarist, but Van Halen was never one of my favorites. Just never got the thing. David Lee Roth, especially, just never got that phenomenon.
Anyone out there?
But Van Halen was like really like the first.
Wow.
I mean, I get their significance. You know, they were the first arena rock band as such, in a way. I totally get that. They kind of started hair metal in a weird kind of roundabout way. There we go.
Justin says, Sargon said this era of censorship will be demarcated in history books. But I'm not so sure. Do you have
Yeah, because historians are such fucking revisionist asshats at this point.
Do you have a
I don't
vision
see how
of
it could
how
be.
this era will be remembered?
Hey, you see all the academics that are presently stumping for censorship? Guess who's going to write the history books?
Someone out there?
Academia write the history books. Oh, I forgot they have terror levels. Did he shoot his fucking dog? He killed his dog! That could have gone better, but hey. It's like fucking Necro from Street Fighter 3.
Tom Fenton says, can we possibly see a Rhodesia 2 in South Africa?
Well, I don't know. Thing is, you're going to have a hell of a time dislodging the commies. Because you already went through apartheid, which the whole point of apartheid was basically the communist parties in South Africa were formally banned. It wasn't really a racial thing so much as it was an anti-communist thing. And they wrote, not surprisingly at all, they wrote the race element, because that's generally what communists do. They focus on the more marketable aspect of their ideology and say, that's what the right-wingers want to ban. So they're Nazis, because they don't want this. You know, it's like during the communist takeover of Hollywood, for example. They didn't call themselves the Hollywood Communist Party all the time, although that did exist. They called themselves the Hollywood Anti-Nazi League, right? It's all in the name.
That sounds familiar.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? What's this?
Good
Open
work.
the gates.
One down. Two
Satan. All right.
Mr. Sofa King says, what's your ideal Mortal Kombat roster?
You know, Mortal Kombat Complete Edition pretty much had the roster I would have wanted. It had pretty much all my favorite characters. It had Raiden. It had
About Complete Edition, do you
Baraka.
Are you talking about MK9?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mortal Kombat Complete, which, by the way, I have on Steam, by the way.
I absolutely love that Alien and Predator are in MKX. Oh, God, that's so good.
I always hate... Mortal Kombat 3 always had the worst fucking roster. Just the fucking worst. I hated that fucking game when I was growing up.
Which one was it? Was it 2 that was missing, like, Scorpion or Sub-Zero or some shit? I forget which one it was, but that one was pretty bad.
No, not 2. 2 had both of them.
Okay, so it was 3 then.
You need to open one.
I forget.
Hurry, before they figure
I
out what
think
we're up to.
was Scorpion in it? I can't remember. I know Sub-Zero was. He looked like a fucking tool in that game. Woo! That was a bit of a close shave.
Dylan Killen says, hey, Taryn, watch Salvation yet?
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
We did. We finally did.
It was surprisingly good.
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
Yeah, Armageddon literally had everyone.
I can't get up there.
Oh,
Come
and
on.
he says, and no Sabaton? Doomkai says, donates $20 and says, hey, Razor and Terran finally caught a stream. Keep up the great work and Godspeed. Also, looking forward to seeing a ring on your finger in the next rant. You really found a great woman. Well, thank you very much for donating, Eve.
Almost as much of a troll as I am.
Crusader Saracen says, fuck it, I can't sleep. Too much Saxon in my head. Denim and leather rides on together. What do you think of the Punisher's morality?
I don't know that he's driven by morality at all. That's one of the reasons I find him so dull. He's sort of driven by obsession. I mean,
Yeah.
it's right there in the name. It's about
trauma.
It's about punishment more than it is about him wanting to make a point. So I prefer characters like, the Shadow or even Judge Dredd. You know what I mean? Oh, there you go. Let's check that area.
I remember you saying once he would conflict with the Shadow. Care to elaborate?
Definitely. Because the Punisher, being the kind of vigilante he is, the Shadow's not that kind of vigilante.
Yeah.
The Shadow is fighting crime to make a point. A moral point. The Punisher's not. Punisher's totally
The Punisher kills everyone, and he has actually killed innocent people.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that would bring him in direct conflict with the Shadow.
Yeah. The Shadow has kind of like an omnipotence in a way. Or at least the illusion of omnipotence. Whoops, let's see here. So the idea that somewhat like an innocent would be caught in the middle, the Shadow would not accept that.
Excalibur Forge says, Elric versus the Shadow versus a lawnmower filled with tannerite. Who wins?
Mom, do my leg off! Stop my leg off!
Minarchist says, Dunn, Russo, and Coronet in a cage. Who would win?
Kevin Dunn's Bucky Beaver Teeth, I think, would win. You know, Russo, I find you tiresome.
Paul Ledoux says, read my lips. No new taxes.
Yeah, no shit. Doug Ducey, following that George Bush Sr. Model there.
Augusto Pinochet's sightseeing tours. Donates $1 but doesn't say anything.
Get to the chopper!
Thank you very much. T.O. Mega Man X says, in Mexico we have vehicle ownership tax. It was implemented to afford the Olympics in 1968.
And they kept the fuck out of it, didn't they?
We still have said tax.
Yep. Just like, well, fuck. This is nothing. This is not unique to Mexico. Hey, you like your income tax? Ask your congressman when World War I's going to be over, because that's why we instituted it, to pay for World War I. And it was sold as a temporary tax, by the way.
Okay, that's enough. But they're starting to get suspicious. We need to get to
There is no such thing as a temporary tax, my friends.
And he continues, we have to pay it every year.
Yep, I bet. I believe every word.
Serpent21 says, RazörFist, get through those Bond movies. A View to a Kill has a plot to destroy Silicon Valley.
Really?
The villain in that movie knew what was coming.
Oh, shit. Yikes! Let me... damn it. I almost got down there. Fucked up.
Owen Hart's Zipline Adventure says, Silicon Valley equals Thought Police. IRS equals Thought Police.
Yeah, no shit.
Lewism says,
all right, here we go.
Taxation is theft.
Here we go. I mean, for Christ's sake, we fought an entire revolution because of a tax on our breakfast confection?
Yeah.
On fucking... on a breakfast liquid? What was it Dennis Miller said? They put a tax on our breakfast beverage and we fought a revolution. And it wasn't even coffee.
Fucking tea.
Imagine if it had been like a double espresso.
Metalhead Martyr says, greetings, Lord Razor. Did you hear that the guitarist for Cannibal Corpse, Pat O'Brien, was arrested on allegations of burglary and assaulting an officer?
I did. He looked a little cracked out in his fucking photo, too.
Is this the greatest Florida man news ever?
It sure. Oh, Florida man.
Matt Collins says, hey, Razor, I was thinking about wanting to get Daggerfall. Well, he misspelled that there. Where can I go to download it, and does it require a lot? Because all I got is an HP laptop that runs Windows 10.
You're good, bro. You're good, bro. Pick up Daggerfall Setup or Daggerfall Install. Which is it? I think it's Daggerfall Setup.
I thought it was free on the website, isn't it?
It is. No. Yes, but you have to fuck around with DOSBox. The normal the version that like it will install itself. You don't have to fuck with DOSBox. It's just packaged in the normal version that'll just work on any modern computer. It's either Daggerfall Setup or Daggerfall Install. I think it's Setup. Daggerfall Setup. But yeah, just Google that, bro, and you'll get that. It's on like a shady-looking French website, but it's not shady. It's actually legit. And I think Bethesda's even aware of it, too, because that's the version they actually package on the CD that they sell now. If you buy the Elder Scrolls Anthology with all the games on it, they fucking package Daggerfall setup on there. It's awesome.
That's a familiar thing.
Yeah, System Shock.
Crusader Saracen donates again and says, all this talk of civil war is making me a sad panda. My family suffered in Cambodia. I'd rather they not repeat that. But if I have to strangle every leftist and Silicon Valley oligarch with my bare fucking hands to save America,
shit,
and so be it.
That could have gone better.
You're a brave man, sir. You need more like you.
Cambodians?
S-Serpent21
I think there's plenty of them, if the population numbers are to be believed.
Razor and T-Boogie, any great memory of the Star Trek and Star Wars CCG from Decipher?
I played the shit out of the Star Wars and the Star Trek collectible card game. Back then. I still have a few laying around.
Unfortunately,
somewhere.
Card games weren't my thing.
Yeah, I had that. That was one of the ones. That was right during the same period where I played BattleTech, the trading card game. The big ones I played were BattleTech, Star Trek, Star Wars. I played a little Pokemon at the very beginning. And that was pretty much it. I don't think I played any others. I never fucked around with Magic too much, although my friend did show me how to play one time. I was never a big Magic card guy. Oh shit, that's the problem. Okay, we're gonna take care of this right now.
And it continues, any favorite deck themes like Hunt Down or Destroy the Jedi?
Uh-oh. Man, I can't remember. I can't even remember deck themes from that period. Okay, good. We got 5 of 6, so we just need one more. I can math! You already had a 25% chance! Well, you factor in my genetic freakitude, that gives you a minus 16% chance of beating me.
Augusto Pinochet's sightseeing tours says,
whoa, what is this?
Razor, if you think $75 is bad, I pay nearly $400 for my plates.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Also, Glory Hammer?
Well, and that's not, but here's the thing you have to understand. Arizona has not classically allowed that. It's only since they've become California's appendix that suddenly this kind of shit is allowed. We gotta get these fucking, like, fuck immigration rates. We gotta get these fucking Californians out of here. Because that's what's fucking up the state, honestly. It's not, people say demography is destiny. Yeah, well, when that many Californians are coming in, like, on a weekly basis, and none of them are adapting to Arizona's sort of local culture, you're fucked. You're not gonna be able to fight that tide.
Also Glory Hammer. It's a parody and celebration of the best aspects of power metal.
I never heard of it. Oh, shit. How the... Well, I'm sure I can get in from this side.
Walkia Lion says, to clarify my super chat earlier, Obsidian's trailer was giving me some bad vibes. There's not enough info, and it could just be a personal taste, but I feel like Obsidian is propping itself up for a long fall.
I don't know about that. I mean, it does look very ambitious, but something you have to understand is now they're owned by a publisher now, and Microsoft has some money. And I doubt Microsoft wants the first big Obsidian game under their banner to eat a bunch of shit. I imagine Microsoft would probably give them some extensions and throw some money at them because they want... Microsoft's in dire need of a first-party RPG. Like, first-party... It's not going to be exclusive, which is kind of odd to me. The game is apparently going to be available on PS4 as well. But...
ooh, cutscene.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's
Or not.
one of those funky puzzles.
Asam Jessen says, I've always wanted to write my own graphic novel. Can't draw for shit, though. Is there a method to writing graphic novels? Good night and death to communists and the EU globalists.
Yeah, don't suck. No. Lay it out. Do your homework. Don't be a lazy cunt. You know, lay it out like you would a book in chapters. Let's see here. Probably. Here we go. Oops.
I'll avoid questions for now, just so you can concentrate on this.
All right. Boom!
Nicely done. What are the rewards for that?
From the floor, they're
Oh, a scroll.
quarreling
Yeah.
heralds an escape.
That is a haiku, by the way. What was I saying?
Is Obsidian propping
Oh,
itself up
yeah,
for a long
yeah.
haul?
I think Microsoft probably has an incentive to make sure that game is adequately funded and tested and shit. So, I don't think it's going to be a bomb at all. Okay, that vent's already open. Do I have all of them open? I think so. Okay.
My Life is a Complex Pastiche donates 20. Thank you very much. My break room has CNN on one of its TVs, and they're talking about Nixon's impeachment after bitching about Trump ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Not sure if I want to laugh or play the wrist violin with a rusty cheese knife.
Yeah. I also like how they jump all the way back to Nixon when there's a much more recent impeachment.
Yeah, it's not coming to mind.
Skip right over. That's strategic.
Dylan Killen says, what's an English teacher's favorite gun? Chicago typewriter. Jesus' favorite gun? That's easy. Come on. A nail
gun, I was going to say.
Almighty Malachi says, have you seen the Jean-Claude Van Damme action movie, Hard Target? Hell yes.
Of course.
That movie's amazing. If so, what is your opinion of it? Well, we just said.
Awesome. And I believe it was one of the first R-rated movies I ever saw, if I remember correctly. When I was a little kid. Damn it!
Masahiro the Master Hero says.
Can't.
Hey Razor or Boogie, are either of you familiar with ElfQuest?
Yeah.
And if so, what are your thoughts? Is this the blind man's... This is this blind fan's first donation. Oh.
Sweet.
So you just enjoy the sound of our voices.
Our silken voices.
I'm
very familiar with ElfQuest. I used to work in a comic book store. You know, they kind of kept the fire burning for fantasy comics when there were no fantasy comics. And also, what's her name? Peony, the lady, the chick who does ElfQuest. She worked on an Elric movie a long time ago, and there's actually, for whatever reason, it never got made. It was called Stormbringer, and it was many, many years ago, and she never got done, but she did wind up selling, and you can get this online, a big fat fucking tome that is basically all of the concepts and all of the the matte paintings and some of the animation cells, and like basically it just talks through the story of how the movie was going to be made and how it got canceled, and you get a bunch of artwork from it, and it really makes you wish the movie had gotten made. But yeah, it was going to be made by the ElfQuest people back in the day.
Vlad the Kebab Remover says, throw the commie out of the helicopter so my country can be free. You must grab him by his horns. Then we'll have a big party. Daisy Ridley's acting talent says, BioWare, where did they go wrong when they got sold to EA?
Yes. It's amazing. I've never seen a company get worse when they stopped being associated with Microsoft before, but somehow BioWare did it.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we go. I'm telling all of y'all.
I'm willing to bet it was ninjas.
Come
on, Joe, that's racist. It's not always ninjas.
Did you just assume his occupation?
Mercenary X21 says, the Dresden Files were also on TV,
shit.
but it was only one season and it sucked. It was on Sci-Fi after all.
Oh God, that poor property.
There is a movement in California to split it off from San Francisco, LA, fascist Sacramento. It is that bad here. God damn, really?
Oh my God, game, what are you doing? What are you doing? I can't see below. Would you fucking stop? Thank you.
And there's just lasers there.
There's just lasers here. Thank you. It sucks because I'm not sure what to do to knock this shit off its perch. I mean, obviously I've done it before, so it's possible. But wait.
Jump to the other side?
I'm retarded. Woo! Whoa! Backdraft!
But we're standing on a firecracker and we just lit the fuse. So run.
Whoa, 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 whoa! The fuck was that noise?
Ninjas of peace.
Allahu Akbar!
God damn.
Ah!
Pretty good.
Open all the gas vents.
Delete System 32 says NY wants to pass a bill forcing gun owners to have $1 million in liability insurance to own a gun.
God!
Which could be over $1,200 a year.
Are you fucking shitting me, New York? Like, why don't you just break off from the United States? You obviously don't want to live here. You're in a country founded on guns, where the second thing they put into the fucking Constitution was guns. There are lots of countries in the world. Go move there. Like, there's nothing wrong with just moving to a place that you happen to agree with a lot more.
So screw the poor.
Oh my God.
Goop says,
and they're the ones who are most at risk. Shit.
Goop says, what's the ultimate arena rock anthem? It's super played out, but I gotta go for those about to rock.
Probably We Will Rock You. Let's see here. Tumblr Purge, Padoru. Okay, cool. No, I'm actually caught up. Let's look at...
On your list? Awesome. We're actually almost done here. Daisy Ridley's acting talent says, favorite socialist thinker.
Oh, God. You know what? Lenin. Because at the end of his life, he realized how much he fucked up. There you go. That would be...
Was he a repent on his deathbed kind of guy?
He was.
Wow.
At the end.
I didn't know that.
And he was especially on the subject of Stalin. Stalin was slowly trying to take over the party, and as Lenin kept having strokes and shit, he finally went from retarded to knowing what the fuck he was talking about.
That's really good, Nam. Favorite socialist thinker? A dead one. Jesus. Mercenary X21 says, before I forget, there is a Dresden pen and paper game with 3 books that run on a pretty simple...
3 books and 4 red lights.
Pretty simple but deep system. Have a look at it. It is good alternative for those that want to play something other than the mainstream stuff. And the next one will be from the Dom Bear, if you want to read that.
Oh, what?
Or did you want me to keep
It's
going?
right in front of you, bro.
Okay. Since you're always going Godspeed, have you found a way to go faster?
Must go faster. Must
Also-
go faster. Only when I'm being chased by a T-Rex.
Also, Albuquerque was beautiful this morning. Well, cool.
Yeah, but you still have to live in New Mexico.
Black
you
Raptor-
did get to live in the same state as the Ultimate Warrior. And that's not bad.
Yeah.
Step into it!
Black Raptor says, hey, Razor, after finishing the new Elric PD, what other French comics, particularly fantasy, would you recommend?
Sure. Well, I mean, I would recommend the Arzak series, that was published in Heavy Metal Magazine and in Metal Hurlant. It was one of the earlier Mobius books that was published in those. Really, it's more of like a visual kind of a thing, but it's interesting in the sense that, like, Mobius does so much without words, which I really dig. Mobius did a lot of fantasy stuff. There's a lot. There's a series called Elves in France. There's a lot. There's a really good one about assassins that just came out from Glenat. I don't know if it's in English yet, though. But it's kind of like Assassin's Creed, but not cucked. It's really, really cool looking. God, there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of fucking good fantasy. Serpieri recently did one. Serpieri used to be like a porno artist or something, but he recently started branching out into normal fantasy with no adult elements, which is awesome. He's been doing like more fantasy stuff, and forget what it is. He kind of does historical fantasy. But yeah, anyways, those would be some of my recommendations.
Awesome. Serpent21 says, Steiner versus Movie Bob debate. Book it or be Bronson.
You're letting me loose?
Well, shit.
Thinning
T-Dog.
the herd.
Would you like Herman Cain as president if
Yes!
he won?
Yes! Yes! I was on the Cain train until it started going into the wrong holes.
Dylan Killen says, you thought the chats were almost over, but it was
I.
Dylan Killen.
It was me, Austin! It was me all along, Austin!
You all bought it.
You all bought it! Hook, line, and sinker!
Even my family bought it.
Even my own family bought it!
Enjoy the shekels. Also, finished...
No! Even my immediate family bought it! Sorry. Had to be said.
Enjoy the shekels. Also, finished finals yesterday, so hell yeah and Godspeed.
Oh, hell yeah.
Kit,
Sorry, on the wrestling theme. Oh, hell yeah!
Kit says, hey, Razor, what do you reckon is the best state for Euro immigrants?
For European immigrants? Well, if you want some of that TB, I recommend Minnesota. If you want to be like Arthur Morgan, get on that tuberculosis cock real quick. Also, if you want some leprosy, that's also a lot of fun. Get some Doc Holliday action going. No, I would say go somewhere where there's enough. Go somewhere with some good like STEM jobs. Stuff like that. Arizona's actually really good for that. We're good for medical for a while anyways, until the Californians shit all over us.
Well, now, warning to Europeans, it actually gets hot here.
Yeah, this
I
is
mean,
a warning.
Oh my God!
If you're from Spain or something, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
oh my God! It was 80 degrees.
You'll be
today.
walking around with an open shirt anyway, stabbing bulls. So yeah, somewhere with good STEM stuff. So not California.
And Black Raptor says, "Roast my state, Oklahoma."
Wouldn't that be more like blowing your state over? Fucking Tornado Alley. No, I can't even do it because if I were gonna move to a state, like Oklahoma would be at the top because you're not cucked yet. I can't even roast Oklahoma except that it's flat and there's nothing there. So it's a bit like Keira Knightley's chest.
Buttocks. Vlad the Kebab Remover says, "Is killing commies murder or simply pest control?"
Is there an all of the above option?
Oh,
no, pest control.
Kit specifies, "Yeah, I'm a prof STEM. Was thinking Wyoming."
Wyoming's a good place to move. Actually, Wyoming's not a bad place to move.
And Wes Lindstrom says, "Liberals would need money to move out, which means getting a job or asking their country."
No, it doesn't. They get fucking welfare, and they'll use that to fucking move.
Or asking their country to pay extra gibs for them to stop paying back.
Extra gibs, so they need BGs.
And I believe that is it.
All right. Okay, well, gang, that is Markov the Ninja. I hope you have seen it demonstrated emphatically here tonight on this evening's stream that only a ninja can stop a ninja. Let's watch this real quick because it looks cool.
Okay.
Okay. Ladies, gentle things and not gentle things, I want to thank you for postponing your masturbation session to join us here on RazörFist Arcade Live. For Terangel, I am RazörFist. God! Frickin' speed. God fucking speed.